Speaking of La Croix, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Tribute Coast. I brought the killers, alright? Alright? I had to come out in the bathrobe on this one, bro, because we are ready to go nuts tonight, bro. From left to right, give it up for the great, the powerful, the one and only Rascal. Ah, yes. Give it up also for my dear sister, the one, the only, Roisin.
Hello.
Oh my God, and give it up for the man, the myth. Ah, my brother, the one and only Kyle.
How's it going, everybody?
And the man that makes it all happen, brother. The one that brings us into the realm, into the world. Give it up for my main man, Mr. Law Savior.
Well, salutations. Thank you again for such a fantastic intro. Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's go ahead and kick this one off as we always do with a little bit of recap, shall we? And I will tell you that we had a really stellar session last time. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and
goddamn right.
I hope everyone else did too. Who wants to recap? We can recap everything. You can recap things that were pertinent to you. Anyone? Any volunteers?
Nope.
Always looking at Kyle, because Kyle's taking the best notes. He's the best notes.
All right, we'll do it real quick. So
there it is.
We're only gonna do the pertinent stuff. The metaphor with hams, wonderfully driving them into Prince. Took a couple of quick detours, stopping in the very field where they saw their apocalyptic vision and demise at the hand of what I'm gonna tentatively call the Uberlich and his Wave of the Dead. Getting into Prince, we learn that there's a whole lot of stuff that's outside of the inner walls where all of the nobility and high society reign. We're kind of slumming it right now. Not quite in the actual slums, but also kind of in the actual slums. Stopping into a little bit of a tavern, the group got to doing some stuff. Ord went off to go find some religion and information, things that could help him along the way. Sawyer drank a lot, if I recall, or no, maybe not. Was that Hams? I remember we bought a beer special and Hams had the fifth one because Ord didn't drink. But that's not actually all that important. Everybody, Lola ended up going off to go do some private stuff, which took her to her family's library. And upon meeting her lovely friend, who I was so happy to write down, and then I had to put a big old slash through his name. Lola met her effectively grandfather figure, Dalvis, Blue Dragonborn, who has a connection to Nicholas Harvey, her supposedly lost grandfather, who we learn more about later. Upon finding her grandfather's study, she ruffled around, found some secrets, and then a gunshot rang through the entire library. Shocked, Lola exited to find 4 cloaked individuals in a seemingly gross parody of herself and her companions. One of them, the lead, with a singular burning red eye, held out a pistol, the pistol having discharged a single shot which stole Dalvis's life. Instead of attacking the group, Lola opted to hide, and the group found, I believe, a diary of her grandfather's, and then fled the scene. That was the present, and then we did a rewind, did some backstory, found out some stuff about Ord. Sawyer came to his defense because he's a bro. Lola doesn't trust him at all, and I guess we're back in linear present.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm confused about the rewind.
Rewind. Yep, we did go back to discuss what our characters, the conversations that we felt like our characters missed in
the cart. Yeah, because we didn't have a conversation.
Yes. We did that.
Yeah,
because
but remind me why I don't trust you, because I don't remember that part.
it's just like go ahead. No, it's just because you probably don't trust him because you saw that somehow. First off, Ord has this cloak that was covering up the chronograph.
Oh yeah, because I think he's from like 500 years ago, and he's dead. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And we all know.
I trust you. I just don't think you're what you say you are.
Well, We all
I
know
trust
Ord's,
you. I just don't trust
Trust you.
Yeah. We all know Ord's
content.
tidbits. He doesn't eat or whatever, or he does, but he eats in private, or strange things like that. He does strange things. Well, we all know this. We don't have to be told these strange
Yeah.
Ord facts. Ordovic. And so, briefly, help me out and remind me a little bit about where our characters are. Lola is
So
in
I
her-
had ran and I went to meet them at 11.
at 11.
Mhm.
And I think that I got there and I think, did I tell them what happened or was I about to when we
Okay,
stopped?
okay,
I can't
we
remember exactly when we
definitely
stopped.
we didn't have I didn't have it, and if you excuse me for forcing it upon us, but I did not have it that we had quite left the library yet. Um, so we'll
Oh, I
pause
thought we
there.
were going to go back to it.
Well,
We can rewind now if you want.
no. Well, I didn't think that we'd even gotten there because I think I had kind of mentioned that like my plan was for to start. Well, I guess I probably didn't, but we're gonna start with you. You've just investigated the corpse of Dalvis, and you've just sort of taken into what you've seen. But we are actually going to start this session with something a little normal, but also a little different.
Oh.
We are going to have a pre-session scene, and in this scene, we see undergrowth of jungle, and in this undergrowth, we're watching, and
Gotta get the notes. Gotta get the notes.
an animal comes flying by. The animal zips by too fast that you can't even see what it was, and then after it chasing this animal, you hear the laughing of children. You hear children laughing, and you see feet smash the ground, this leafy, wet ground where this animal just ran. And we eventually see two children running through this thick jungle, and they're chasing after something that's just barely able to evade them. And the one up front, who's a little bit faster than the one behind us, is slightly bigger, and he comes into a kind of an opening, and there's a pure chasm in this thick jungle, and he leaps and manages to leap across and up to the other side of this, like I want to imagine 4.5 foot, 5 foot spanning chasm, with like a river raging below, and there's no sign of the animal. And he turns around, and this boy he's got dark skin. You can see he's some sort of jungle native, and he's panting. He puts his hands on his hip, and he stands up straight as if trying to help himself get oxygen to his lungs as he looks back at the smaller child who's still standing on the far side of this chasm, right? And he waves, he ushers for the small child to follow. And at the very least, one of us, if not all of us, can recognize the small child. It's a young Yamdo.
Yeah.
And Yams, you remember this moment. If you're seeing this, this is sort of like a pre-game scene, but you look down and this river rages below you, and you look up and you just feel that you don't know if you can make this jump. But you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of your friends. After all, you are the son of the chief, of the king of the jungle.
Yes.
You should be, if anything, you should have been running ahead of him.
Yeah.
He should have waited for you. But you have a lot to learn, and you haven't quite learned your limitations yet. And young Yamdo takes a couple steps back, and with his little feet, he scrambles forward, little loincloth flapping in the wind, and he leaps, but something stops him. And he doesn't even make it halfway across the chasm. And before he knows it, his heart is racing as he's falling down towards the river. And then suddenly, there's a yank, and he looks back, and he realizes that one of his feet have been caught in a vine. The vine is the only thing holding him from certain death. He takes a deep breath, and he can feel the blood rushing to his head. And then suddenly there's a jerk, and the vine rises, and then rises again, and rises again. And as you're pulled from the chasm, Yamdo, you prepare to see your friend and to thank him for saving your life. And you feel huge hands on your shoulders, and you look up, and you're looking right into the face of your father. And you see fury and anger on his face. And you know that you've got another lesson that you're about to learn today.
Oh.
But we are going to
Yes.
hold on a second.
That was great. Damn, that was good.
Sorry to pause here.
That was
We
awesome.
already know. We already
Okay.
know what kind of household Gamdo come from. We
Yo.
already know he finna get that switch.
Yo, bro.
That chancleta is made of gold, bro.
Ah! The golden chocolate. You mean one of these? Oh my god, the golden chancleta, bro. Bah!
Finna get
Oh.
that whole shoe.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we begin, and we are in, sorry. We are in the library, where Dalbus has just been slain in front of us. Now, Lola, you have a number of things on your mind. What is Lola thinking here? You've just stood up from investigating the body.
Jeez, I don't know. Like, I got to put myself back there.
Mhm.
I know.
I mean, obviously, I'm just completely in shock and devastated that I'm just now having this reunion with Dalbus, and then he's just gone. And he was my last connection to anybody who still respected my grandfather like I do. So, of course, I feel very alone now in that I'm the only one left who really thinks of my grandfather the way that I do. I'm obviously really curious in a scared way, like who the heck are these guys and what do they want with my grandfather's stuff? Was that what they were looking for?
They
I
were
can't
looking
remember.
for
Did
the
they
journal.
find what they were looking for?
They were looking for the journal and they took it.
Okay. I couldn't remember if they were looking for something else and then they just found the journal. Okay.
So you get a sense that, like, you in your head, you can imagine that they're gone. Like you Lola may be in fear for her life currently, but like if you stop and think, like they came for the journal, they got the journal, and you don't see them in the immediate vicinity. So like, but I guess maybe you can be, you never know if maybe they're chatting right outside the door. But again, Warforged are not a canon in this world, so
Yeah, I'm gonna lock the door to the library for sure right away.
okay.
And then, yeah, I guess I'm gonna run back upstairs because I'm probably afraid that if I don't get anything out of there that I might want now, I may not have another chance to get back there. Because I imagine someone's going to come to investigate this crime. Who knows what they're going to take for evidence. So I'm going to go back up to his office so that I can get one last chance to investigate on my own before whoever else comes, tearing through there.
Sure. And what are you doing in particular? Are we doing anything specifically, or, I mean, what do you have any clues about what you'd like to do, or do you just want to investigate?
I think there was something about a map, so I'm going to be taking that map.
He does have a large map of the Tribute Coast Kingdom, the Tribute Kingdom, the Tribute Coast in general on his wall.
Yeah, we're going to take that down and roll it up. We're going to dig through the desk looking for anything that seems like it might be any kind of a clue or any kind of usefulness in finding him, or
So
just
there's
anything sentimental.
A couple things that you pick up as you're kind of in this office, and you go to the desk, and you note strangely that the Warforged who came in here, you can tell that they took they intently did not rifle through things. Like, nothing is out of order here. They were very specific. There's a couple things about your grandfather's office and his library in general that they come kind of rushing back to you. And one is the smell, like the smell of these books and the smell of the wood. And there's like a hint of an oil smell of his devices. You think about these weird things that he had. You can look up and see a mechanism that's like gears and levers attached to the door that powers these strange lights. You think about that map on the wall, although even when you took it down looking at it, that there didn't seem to be anything particular. But you know that at some point I guess that you knew, or did we read the letter, right?
No, I didn't read it to them yet because I was going to read it
Right.
to
But
them, but I
you
can
read it
do it
yourself,
now.
though.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah. So you know that he has somewhat challenged you, right, to follow in his
Correct.
footsteps, but he hasn't left you much of a clue. Um,
Which is why I'm kind of trying to find anything just in case somebody's going to come clear this room.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, reread some of the letter for me as I continue to describe the room. There's a couple things that you remember that you were always entertained by. One is the grandfather clock. You can hear it now as it ticks away consistently. The other would be on his desk. He has a globe that was a representation of the entire world as far as he knew it or
That's what I
he.
remember. I was thinking map, but it was the globe.
Yeah, yeah. So you took the map. You did. There was a map on the wall that you took now, but he does also have this globe on his desk.
I mean, is it big enough? Like, can I take it?
Yeah, it's like holding your hand size, and you pick it up, and there's a couple things about it that you found always intriguing. One of them is that your grandfather always had this weird idea that the core of the world itself was hollow, and that at the very northern poles of this world, this planet, the entirety of it, instead of polar ice caps, there was a wall of ice, and then within that wall of ice, there was actually a tropical sea at the poles, and that technically you could, if you had the ability, you could take a submarine or something from one pole all the way through the center of the Earth in
Yo,
warm, comfortable water to the other side.
that's cool.
Hey, that's crazy talk.
That's crazy talking. Taking on a submarine through the earth.
It's just something weird that he believed that he had attempted like expeditions to the North Pole of this planet, but it's way north past the spine of the world, which is the northernmost mountain range. And you take note of this globe actually has little glass circles on the north and south pole.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him.
Ooh, go.
Roll investigation.
Hold on, I gotta put myself up here. Hold on.
Get it. Push the button. Lola, push button. Let's go.
So you note that they don't push in at all. It seems like the way they seem unbelievably sturdy, as if this entire globe has sort of a glass core going through it that represents this fictional, almost watery tunnel going through the center of this planet. And as you kind of flit around and look at them, you catch a strange glimpse of something red deep within this glass.
I'm gonna break it.
Um, you're gonna go to roll an attack, I guess.
Well, I'm assuming I shouldn't shoot it. So hold on.
Bang. What?
You stab at it with your dagger, but your dagger just kind of reflects off. It's a metal. It almost seems like a solid metal globe. It does not seem like it was intended to be broken or opened, as far as you can tell.
Okay, so I want to look on the actual globe, like maybe around where Prince is, and see if there's any kind of levers anywhere.
You give me another investigation check. With a 10, you do not find anything, but your mind returns to the strange red. Like you can look inside of this, and you can see that there's almost like small, almost tiny red markings inside of this.
What if I
glass
hold it
tube.
up to my eye like a telescope? Like if I look into the glass tube?
Yeah, you hold it up to your eye, and you can see clearly through there. There are things written and lines drawn, as if you see things strange, not necessarily strange, but dates and pinpoints floating on just in this tube, and you can kind of look at it and you can see like one pinpoint will say visited here and a date, and another pinpoint will say visited here and a date, and then way up, once you orient yourself to the way the text is written, way up at the top you see a pinpoint and it says the gate, and then slightly south of that you see a circle, but that's empty, an empty circle as if something was hastily circled, and you see the words written the key question mark after it.
Let's go.
Like
yeah, I'm
almost
gonna
like
shove that in my bag.
almost like there was there potentially like would have been a map underneath of here, and you can't tell if the map is missing or what the deal is here. Sure, you
Yeah.
pocket the globe. Now what do we do?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Can I take any of his little machine trinket things, or are they all
Um,
kind of too big?
No, you can definitely take some. Like he's got little trinkets. Like maybe he had little like just almost toys, like things that you might have played with before. But in order to get maybe a further understanding of the technology, yeah, you take a handful of them. Um, Strange sort of magical looking toys, clockwork looking toys, miscellaneous like backup pieces of other things that you're able to stuff into your bag as you take out of there. I hope I described the glass tube thing
Yeah,
appropriately.
I know you did.
Okay, good. Anyway, what are we doing, Lola?
I guess I'm looking around the rest of the office to see if anything else strikes my eye. I don't want to linger too long because, one, I'm afraid the other people will come back, or two, the authorities, and I'm not ready for that either.
Ooh.
You get the sense, you look around, and you don't in particular find anything worthwhile that you haven't already discovered. What are you doing?
I'm gonna sit in his chair again, real quick.
Let's go.
You sit in the chair and it feels strangely warm and strangely comfortable to you. You run your hands along the armrest and you just think about who he was and what he meant to you and where he could possibly be.
I take a moment to just let a few tears out and and mourn for a moment before I know that there's a chance I may never be back in this office again.
Mm.
Take a few deep breaths and then I walk out and close the door.
Or are we just heading? Are we leaving the library here?
Yeah, I'm gonna lock it. I guess I have the key, so I'm gonna lock the office door behind me.
Sure.
The key. And then I'm gonna leave the library.
Yeah, you go hustling out the front door. You turn around. You have the key to the library as well. We'll say that you got it at the very least off Dalbus.
Right.
You go. You turn around. You lock the front door, and you turn and you run face first into something enormous and metal, and you recoil back. Roll a dexterity check. See if you stay on your feet.
Get it.
Nice. With a 17, you stumble a little bit, but you come to, and almost instinctively, you have a fear as you impact into this huge metal thing that this large metal, the largest of the metal warforge, is out here waiting for you. And you're surprised almost to see that you have your gun pulled out and raised, and then realize with a shock that you're standing there pointing your gun right at Ord.
Yo ho.
Oh, or
Miss Harvey,
where'd the big metal guy go?
Ord looks around. I have not seen a large metal man. You look unwell. Has something happened? Are you okay?
No, I'm not. But are you sure? He was just here, a big man. He was made of metal. He was in a cloak.
Miss Harvey, I have not seen any large men in cloaks. I had come here seeking information. The library that I had visited had nothing of the sort that helped me in my quest to determine how to stop what was fighting, so I figured I would come to the Harvey Library. Wait,
Oh, actually, recoil. Stop, Kyle. I gotta stop you there because I think you probably know. At some point, you gotta. I think you probably already made the connection because I think I had messaged Kyle, but that was like before I'd really like thought about that. You did have a discussion where she said that Nicholas Harvey was her grandfather. So you're at the Nicholas Harvey historic. Oh, it's just called the Harvey Historical Library. Never mind. Then yes. Then you can make the connection now. Go ahead. Sorry.
And
My bad.
I can, and I must say it is quite serendipitous to see you here at
Serendipitous.
what I can imagine is your family's library. But that is besides the point. Were you attacked? Were you harmed?
Or we got to get out of here, please. Where is everybody else? We got to get out of here.
Lola,
I-
you don't know, but you get this sense, like, you get this unnerving sense that, like, or rather, Lola, like, or you notice that Lola's eyes are darting, like she's scanning the crowd around her, looking for something. You can see panic on her face.
And Ord
Soya's like
detecting
that all
this,
the time.
yeah, Ord seeing this immediately turns around and like his entire posture changes. It was like normally he'd just kind of be like, like amicable and soft. Like now he is statuesque. Like there is something about his musculature that just suddenly bulks up, and he no longer looks like a stumbling, humble giant, but he is ready to strike. And so turns around and immediately casts Divine Sense, seeing that she's looking around, just to pinpoint anything that he might perceive as evil.
You, it's like a moment where I'm trying to decide, like, what the, like, I think you find nothing. I'm trying to think about, like, is there just, like, casual demons and, like, angels, like, cruising around the streets disguised as people, like, but no, I think you get nothing there.
Yeah, it's kind of like his just automatic reaction, just because of the way that he is,
dig
where
it,
he's just like,
yeah. Plus, if you have it, why not? You know, if you can smell out the bad and like and stuff,
Right.
like why not? Why aren't you using it all the time?
so with Ord not immediately detecting anything, he he has his back to Lola, and his shield is like raised up just enough. But he says, "Should we return to the interior of your library to discuss what happened, or should we return to the tavern? It is quite a distance, provided that I didn't get lost along the way, which I most assuredly did."
Well, I know the way, but I'm not sure it's a good idea to go back in there. I think we need to get as far away as we can right now.
I understand.
I'm sorry, but something terrible's happened.
There's no need to say any more. I will take you to safety.
Thank you.
Ord and Lola, I'm assuming we're making our way through the streets back to Hot Dog. What was the name of this dang old thing? Five
We
Cliffs.
went to a new place, right?
Yeah, we were gonna re-meet at
Hams, right.
11. Yeah, you're gonna meet Hams up at 11, which was the Lamprights, right? It's a tavern, an inn.
Yeah, owned by Swine and his oppressive breath.
Yeah, swine.
I thought that Swine owned the.
He was at the other
Or
place.
no,
the
we were
laundry
going
room.
to the Lamprights Inn, which has the carved
Yeah.
gargoyles made of wood.
Swine owns the Wanton Wench. Yeah.
There we go. And just as an added thing for Lola's, I guess, safety and ease of mind, or just takes like I guess the closest thing that he would have would be a blanket, and just like kind of gives it to her as like a makeshift cloak to cover herself.
He was wearing that standout outfit.
Yeah, I just kind of pull it tight against me and kind of pull into it. And I probably look more vulnerable and meek to Ord than I have ever in the time that he's known me.
You guys are making your way through the Moongate neighborhood, which for the most part is the majority of it is inside of the walls, right? Think, what page am I on here? Yeah, you're looking at Five Cliffs here now, this green neighborhood, but the Moongate neighborhood is this pink one. That's where the library is located in the Moongate neighborhood. It's definitely an older neighborhood, but it also, despite being inside of the walls, it's the, like, I don't want to say the lowliest of the inside the wall neighborhood, but it doesn't have, like, it's sparse of, like, the trade organizations, right? You don't have many blacksmiths here, you don't have many stables in this part. Like, you find most of those things in the outer walls. The Moongate neighborhood in general is built of like large granite. Like every building is sort of like built out of like singular stones. Like a pillar out front might be like a large squared stone holding it up. But gradually you pass into out of this neighborhood with safety and back into Five Cliffs. And Five Cliffs is down the hill, the sort of hill that begins to rise up towards the center of Prince, where there is eventually like this large raised plateau for some of the interior neighborhoods. Five Cliffs are also like besides being like geographically lower, the buildings are smaller, but most of them are wood and plaster. You do pass by this large dragon statue, which I think is actually right there at the beginning of where you're coming in. Anyway, I don't remember. I have to dig it up. But yeah, you make your way through this main road of Five Cliffs and then turn. Lola, I'm assuming you probably maybe you know where the lamplighter is, but you turn eventually, kind of leading forward as you feel his like protecting sense over you, and you get as the sun sets, you get to the lamplighter, which seems much more calm and of a regular tavern than the Wanton Wench was. You do note that there appears to be a man passed out drunk, sleeping on a bench out front of it. Did we do anything along the lines of him?
Do we recognize him?
Roll a perception.
Sorry.
It's okay. You look. You see a head lowered. You get this weird sense about it. Maybe you reach out with a. I don't know if you have a stick or an umbrella or something, but you poke his head back. His head raises towards you, and it's Hams.
Yeah.
Hams, what are you doing out here?
And so I was waiting for you all here at the lamplighter.
Mr. Hams, you beyond intoxicated.
Oh, if we well, Am's had a couple few to drink, that's for sure.
I thought you were going to be getting us rooms.
Oh,
Have you secured us rooms?
well, you see, the story was that I was going to get rooms for everyone, and there
Say
was
no more, Mr. Hams.
Say the
And so where are Sawyer and Yamdo?
We are looking.
Polishing a speed.
Yes, we.
Oh, that's right. Y'all went
Yes.
to go silver the spears. Yeah.
We-
Maybe
We're getting
in
spear silvered.
I would say that we will.
I am totally fine if you're thinking of skipping
I'm thinking of skipping it.
because it's like
I
we did
imagine
so much
that-
cool stuff and then we went and silvered a spear.
Yeah, I imagine that maybe Sawyer.
I'm
and-
fine with us walking in.
How about
spear
this?
has been silvered.
How about no,
Okay.
no, not that easy, not that easy. You went to a place called Saway's Anvil, where a
Saway's
female human blacksmith, Saway, she
Such
is.
a good name. I love it.
She was recommended to you, and unfortunately, she it's quite the process, and you did not. She did not have the time to do it right away. So Yamdo, Sawyer, or Lola, Ord, you guys are standing here trying to get Hams to stand on his feet. As you hear behind you, Sawyer and Yamdo, please start walking up. RP, as you, Sawyer, you were trying to explain to Yamdo why he had to leave his spear there overnight.
Listen, listen, you're gonna get your spear back,
But
okay?
but
It's gonna be better.
but that spear.
You don't need it all the time.
It is extension of me. Yamdo have it since child. Why Yamdo not understand silvering.
Okay, it's
And you look up,
They're
you
gonna-
see Lola and Ord standing in front of you, with trying to raise a drunken Hams to his feet.
Do you know how long it took for us to leave that fucking that fucking blacksmith?
Yes. Yamdo still not understand. Yamdo take stick, dump it in silver. It's silver. Why she keep stick?
Girl's just got liquid molten silver lying around all the time.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's the quote. That goes in the quote book. Right
Yeah.
Anyway, Lola, Ord, everyone is back together.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Ord, Macaridian, and Lola, and Hams.
Hams, yes.
Hams look like he drink too much of. Crap! What was the name of Lola's drink where you drop
Cider?
the thing? Where you drop the thing into
Johnny
the,
Jump Up.
Yeah, Hams look like he have too much jump up Johnny. Johnny jump up.
I can assure you he's not jumping right now. Come now, Hams. Let us get you inside. Oh, as an
Did he pay
added
for the
note,
rooms?
no, he did not. He was beginning to tell us a story, but I figured it best to just let him stew on it.
Lola. Sawe has my stick.
Did you give her the spear that I gave you as well, or do you still have that?
Law, I gave the spear to Sawe as well, please. Yes?
Yeah, totally. If
Okay.
you'd like to.
All right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, to get them
So
both silver.
you tell me that, and instead of answering you, I just kind of lean in and kind of wrap my arms around your elbow and just kind of lean in.
What
And I don't say anything.
Are you okay, little one? Would Yamdo call Lola little one? I mean, I'm assuming we're
No.
probably
No, I
like,
feel like
nah.
no.
I think y'all are on like the same page.
Yeah, we're yeah. What is everything okay?
No, we'll talk about it later.
Later.
I look at Ord and I go, "What happened to her?"
I believe it is for Lola to discuss. It's best that we have this conversation inside.
Yes,
And-
please. Can we
And
find?
Ord,
Can we get inside soon, please?
yeah, Sawyer, you would notice this immediately, but like Ord is uncharacteristically like shifting his head around and like being more vigilant than he normally is.
Okay.
Come.
But yes, gentlemen, let us get inside and get settled down.
Sure,
Come
we
now,
make our
Hams.
way-
And Ord just
Into-
picks Hams up.
we make our way into the Lamplighter Tavern and Inn,
Hell yeah.
which is gonna have no warnings, but battle map.
Yeah.
Not necessarily meaning fight.
Combat in this fucking campaign?
No,
We
no,
have
I
we
don't
have to
know.
we have to fight for our rooms. okay?
There it is.
Welcome to the Lamplighter. Looks like a really tame spot, but get your weapons out because we're getting ready to go.
The content.
Can you
I'm
guys
not
see
dragging.
anything in here?
black.
I'm gonna
Black.
ping it.
Yeah,
Darkness.
Ping.
Dark.
Just drop where I'm pinging the yellow. Can you see the yellow ping?
Yes.
You should be able to see plenty fine when you drop
Yeah.
it, can you? Okay,
Nice.
good.
Oh, there it is. Come, Leonidas.
Better move my dude inside.
Oh, there's Leon. I forgot about Leonidas all this time, dude. I gotta stop doing that. I need to start getting people's reaction to
Yo.
A
yo,
lion.
dude. Seriously, like Leonidas like strolls into this building, and
Yeah.
and there's a ton. I gotta populate this shit.
There it is. Populate.
Oh yeah, well I mean, didn't Yamdo like Pokemon Leonidas? Because we were like, well, a giant lion and Prince.
Yeah.
Let him out. Let him get some air. Let him get some air.
I mean, yeah. So, like, how did we want to do that law? Because I can't. I can't like just like dismiss. I can only change. I can only swap out my pets at the start of a new day. So I mean, I guess like I could always just have Leonidas like just kind of just hang
It
back,
came with a Pokeball,
go
bro.
hide in some, he can like have it be where, he's like in a.
Here it is. You got a new tattoo, and he
Ooh.
hides in the tattoo.
Okay.
It's like on your back. It's like a big lion tattoo.
Ooh.
So like when you fucking fight, he like fucking jumps out
Comes
of your
out.
back.
Oh my god.
I'm just
All
making
that
sure.
stuff sounds really, really cool. Like for higher level people.
Hell
like, hey,
yeah, let's go. So
Not
yes,
quite there yet. So
you
I tell you what
come.
you gotta do. You gotta figure out what the hell you're gonna. So Leonidas comes strolling in there, and immediately this woman who's a bartender, or is it a woman? Let me see.
That's a giant woman.
That's it. Is she really giant?
Looking like a
I
I mean, she
goddamn
was when she
penguin.
first spawned.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still just see black. Do you guys see stuff?
Oh, you got to drop your token on the map.
You
Yeah.
drop token
on the ping.
map.
So there is a exceptionally beautiful looking halfling woman behind the counter, and she when Leonidas comes in, she says, "Whoa! She says, hold on now, hold on." She says, "What the hell is that?"
Oh, this is my companion, Leonidas. Meet, and you are Miss. And I stick a hand out. I stick a gloved hand out because we're wearing gloves now. We're dressed dapper, and I got some gloves.
Says, and she takes her hand nervously and shakes. And she says, "Rosa,
Rosa.
where is that accent from, my good friend?
The,
And more importantly, where is that beast from?"
Well, this is my spirit. This is spirit animal. My Yamdo accent from place of far away to east. The
Right.
Jungle.
Right. Okay. Well, are you intending to keep that beast within the building?
He is protection for me and the metaphor. And I point, I kind of do this, and I gesture over to Lola, Ordovik, Makaridian, and the great and powerful Sawyer.
You, sorry. So she says, "Okay, well, can you look me in the eyes and promise me that he's not going to cause any trouble?"
And then Yamdo leans in and looks her in the eyes and says, Yamdo, promise, Leonidas will not cause trouble.
Roll, or not intimidation, roll persuasion.
Persuasion, let's go. Oofa, -1. Let's go.
Oh. She kind of leans away from the bar and she says, "That's going to cost you extra to keep that thing in here."
No problem.
That
yeah.
comes out of your cut.
No problem. Yamdo know that that Leonidas here is not of this land. That is fine.
Her hand flies out at you, open palm to you, and she says, 10 gold.
Okay. 10 gold it is. And then there it is. Yamdo's got pockets now, so hell yeah, he's got some change in his pockets, and so he hands her 10 gold and says, and then he thinks back to all the smooth talking that he's seen, Lola and Sawyer do, and even Ordovik, and says, and as he drops the 10 gold coins into Rosa's hands, he says, that awful lot of money. Perhaps my friends can get a discount. Me and my friends can mayhaps get discount on room and room and board. We are a team of traveling protection.
Roll persuasion again.
Let's go. Come on.
Is he haggling right now?
Let's go. Oh no!
She closes. She takes
Sure. Fuck that.
the gold into both of her hands and takes a couple steps back towards the back room where she's going to go deposit it somewhere. She looks back at you and she says, "When I come back, you let me know if you want anything." And she just goes into the sky.
I gotta pee real quick. Be right back.
There it is, the content. You see that, Leonidas? We
I'm gonna go grab a drink myself, so I'll take a 2-minute drink break.
Hell yeah, bro. 2-minute drink break. And then suddenly a portal opens up and we see a massive gauntleted hand come forth and then some metal greaves. And it's like a nightmare version of Ordovik Makaridian. And yes, and then and then
so
the portal closes. A portal opened, and an evil version of Ord came through.
An evil version of Ward. What does that look like?
That was the darndest thing.
Yo, it was weird. But then suddenly we came back to, and we were at the bar. Yo, it was crazy.
So Rosa comes out and she says, "Why don't you all take your beast into that back corner over there? There's plenty of room for you. It's a slow night."
Okay, all
Did
right.
she already introduce herself by name? Did she give us her name?
Did she? Her name is
I
Rosa.
don't, I don't believe she did.
Oh, well, my bad. She said,
That's
"My name."
fine.
Then fine. She says, "My name is Rosa. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'll be right here behind the bar."
Actually, I think we're kind of in a hurry to get some rooms, if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, well, of course. It'll be 3 gold apiece for a room.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Are you paying for everyone or just for yourself?
We'll figure it out amongst ourselves. Here you go.
Oh, so you paid her the 12 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. Deal. And she said, "Okay, well, very much so." And she says, here, keys to your rooms. And she gives you 4 keys.
Hey.
And Miss Rosa, if you would be so kind, does this inn do a meal service? Could you have food delivered to our rooms, please?
Yes, of
We-
course.
we
Yes,
not
this is a strange request.
No, Sawyer, we're going upstairs right now.
Oh, okay.
It has been a long day. My companions are tired.
Yes,
Simple things: stews, breads, and waters, please.
the man knows what he wants. I'll have them delivered to your rooms.
Many
Can I have
thanks.
Was this the same place that I got that big ass beer?
No,
No.
it is not.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
All right,
I-
so I kind of drag everybody towards wherever the rooms are.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
We drag.
Which we're just gonna, just like go for it. I don't have like a map for the rooms right now, but
Very good.
you find yourselves in in a hallway with the rooms available to you all. What do you do?
I unlock the closest one that is one of ours, and I'm like, all right, everybody come here and follow me.
Yamdo follow.
Yeah, everyone's in.
I close and lock the door really quickly.
It locks behind you. You take a moment to get your bearings inside of this room. You find yourself confident after maybe the rest of you watch as Lola hesitantly listens at the door. You find yourself confident that there is no one coming up the stairs behind you.
I run over to the window, kind of look around outside to see if I can see anything that I would be looking for.
Who's chasing you?
Roll perception.
Is everything okay, Lola?
I don't say anything. I'm just looking out the window.
You see nothing of relevance.
I shut the drapes behind me, and I just kind of lean against the window and take a couple of really deep breaths.
You see Sawyer walks up to the door after everyone's inside and just sort of taps it right in the center. And you see these runes start to just spread out across the door and then disappear.
Damn.
Cast an arcane lock on that bitch.
Let's go. Arcane lock.
Okay, guys. I went to my family library to see if I could find some information, and my father's old library keeper companion was there, and I went upstairs to my grandfather's office, and I heard a gunshot, which is strange because I'm usually one of the few people with gun, and I ran downstairs, and instead.
What
And
happened?
there were these 4 cloaked figures, and they were metal, and they looked weird, like us, but metal. They were like a group of adventurers, but wrong. And one of them had a red eye, and half the face was missing. And so I ran and I hid in my grandfather's study, in the ceiling in a special place I used to hide as a kid. And they came up and they didn't really rifle through everything, but they were looking for something, and eventually they found what looked like a journal, diary of sorts, and they left. Um, uh, and I just kind of start crying for a minute.
At
Yamdo.
ease.
Yeah. Yamdo goes up to Lola and he puts an arm around you and he says, "Everything going be all right. Did you see where they went?"
No, I waited until I was pretty sure they were gone, and then I got down out of the grate and went down and made sure that my friend was really dead. And um, then I went back upstairs and got a few things from my grandfather's study that I thought might help me find him, or just be of importance, because I'm sure they're going to go investigate once they find the body. And I just shoved everything I could into my bag. Um, but I had found a letter from him. And it's really weird because it talks about men whose skin and flesh is the metal of sword and shield. It says to beware of them, that there are forces that would aim to stop me finding him, and that's who it would be, and they already are here. And he says they come from beyond the gate. I know that he was searching for something. I guess it's the gate, and there's this globe, and there's just so much, and I'm so overwhelmed. But he did say to find the journal and read it, and they got the journal, so I can't find it now. And I'm afraid I'm never going to find him, and that they're going to find him instead.
Halfway through that, Sawyer it just walks to the window and he's watching.
So stop for a moment, because you try to walk to the window. You keep this to yourself a little bit, but you take a step, and the chronograph won't move. It is suspended in air on your arm, and it
That's
will not
great.
move. It will not move.
So it's sort of functioning like a rod or an immovable
Yeah,
rod.
yep. A
That's
movable rod. It's
great.
just hitting. It's stuck on your arm, like maybe, like
I
everyone else.
I would love the idea that Sawyer is walking and his arm just gets stuck and he falls.
Yeah,
and he's,
everyone else
stuck
roll
there.
perception real quick to see if you notice this. This is obviously not
Let's
Sawyer's
go.
moment. We're not going to steal the moment from Rosine here, but maybe you the end at the very least, you definitely notice that Sawyer it will literally be like Sawyer being like
It's a
and be
little
like-
awkward. Yeah, because it's
Like, he
I'm
looks at it and he's
trying to move it, but I'm trying
He's
not
also-
to say anything.
and Sawyer's kind of guy. He doesn't want you all to know that he can't move it too, right? He's too proud of himself to let you know that he can't control it 100%, but it just won't move.
Yeah, yeah. Yamdo's just
anyway.
looking at Sawyer, just like thinking that this is a joke, and here we have Lola who's upset, and Yamdo just sees Sawyer just stuck in place. He's like, he doesn't say nothing, he's just looking at him, just what?
Anyway, yes.
Yeah, Org
Back-
clearly wasn't catching that because he was casting detect magic.
Hell yeah!
Just to keep it up for the perimeter watch.
Yep, you definitely you go out. You get the usual suspects. There's 3 things that seem to always show up when you guys do detect magic. You're used to it by now. You can imagine what they are at the very least. Lola's amulet, Ordovic's amulet, and then the chronograph. All 3 of them show up, so you kind of skip that. Other than that, you
Just for the 10 minutes of our conversation,
Yeah.
if anything magical pops up, because
Pings
the way
you.
that she described these things, it's Ord's first thought is well, if it's made of metal, it must be enchanted magic.
And you also
okay. Boop.
have an idea that it's not a celestial or a fiend, yada yada yada, because you also
Yeah. So he's just perimeter checking. That's all.
Cool. So, Lola explained a couple things there. I don't know who's pipe. I kind of interrupted, which I'm sorry about, but I had to get that in there, the chronograph thing in
So
there.
No, I love
what?
it.
So you said men of metal? Do you mean fully armored knights, or I'm sorry, I am at a loss for what you have described.
I take a couple deep breaths, trying to calm down. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it before. It's like they're no, it's not armor. It's like they're humans, but their bones and their flesh are metal. It's the closest thing I can say is it's kind of like my guns or like some of the contraptions that my grandfather would have. They're just metal that all of a sudden, for some reason, connects and works together and forms into the shape of a man. And they walked. They could see. I mean, they acted like humans, but they were all metal. And obviously, my grandfather has seen them before because he was warning me, and he said that they were made of metal, just like swords and shields.
I got something. All right. Yemdo goes up to Lola and says, Lola, you said like guns. Can Yamdo see one of your guns, please?
Ooh.
I love that Lola. Ooh, I don't really give these out very often.
Yeah, you.
Trust Yamdo.
They're very different than your spear. You need to be very careful, okay?
And he has a hand out like this, and he holds it, and his hands are like that.
I want to imagine a second
Very
that Yamdo's
hesitantly
hand.
hand it to him.
I'd like to I want to pretend that, obviously not, but like a good actually Yamdo roll dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. Let's go.
Nice, yeah, you too. I just had this funny moment where Yamdo takes the guns and immediately one of them goes off and fires a bullet.
Oh no! Bang! All right.
It does not though. It does not. You do a good job delicately.
All right. So hell yeah, and so he has the guns in one hand, or the gun in one hand. He's holding it like this, and he's going to cast Speak with Animals. He's going to cast Speak with Animals, and he's going to walk over to Leonidas. And I can't drag. Well, either way, he walks over to Leonidas, speaking with animals, and he says, Leonidas, my friend,
What's
our
up,
friend. Hey, how
We've
you
never
feel?
heard Leonidas speak.
Yo, that's true. That's true.
There. How are you?
Hey, how you feeling, friend? Is everything all right? And he says,
Couldn't be any better.
"Oh well,
Holy stuff.
it's so funny, man. I truly have to really just cherish these next 10 minutes that I'm able to speak with you. Isn't it amazing?
I love it. It's just the highlight of my week.
It's so funny because when I'm not speaking with animals, I sound like I normally sound, but when I'm speaking with animals, I can perfectly enunciate my words. I mean, what do you think of this suit, friend?
Hey, I tell you what, you can't fault yourself for that, okay? You are the way you are. You shouldn't
Hey.
beat yourself up over something.
Let me ask you something. What you think
I
about?
just ruined his character. With a joke.
I like to imagine that Leonidas is overly optimistic all the time.
Right.
It'd be like fucking like if Yamdo it'd be like a bad example would be like Yamdo gambles and walks out and loses all his money. Leonidas would be like, well, at least you tried your best, buddy.
Oh my God.
Leo
So-
runs up, or Leo runs up and slashes twice at a bad guy and misses both times, and Leo's like, well, but did all I could, and then just galloped away. It's hurting
Oh
my son.
my God. Oh my God. god, perfect.
No, that can't. This can't be Leo's voice.
Yeah, there's no way that
please,
could be.
please.
way.
It was just I was just trying to be funny.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yes.
So Yamdo, he has the one pistol in his hand, holding it with like this. He can't speak with animals, and he says he kneels down. Great Leonidas, my friend, our friend, Miss Lola Harvey. She needs your keen senses on tracking to assist us, please. She speaks of terrible beasts, men made of metal, blood of metal, foul creatures, caricatures. Even though we didn't learn the word caricature, but whatever Yamdo's word for caricature is in his native language, caricatures of us, strange beings, not of this realm. Please, this is all that we have. It's not much, but maybe it is something. She speaks that they are like contraptions that her grandfather would have made. If you could just here smell this pistol, this creation of her own devices, smell it. See if you can go out and track anybody that carries this scent, and go off into the night, my friend, and we will be here. And yeah, he takes the pistol and puts it up against Leonidas's nose, and he's gonna send them on out to go track for any
Leo.
creature that smells like fucking metal.
Leo smells it. He says, "Yamdo Khan,
Leonidas,
my companion."
my
And he smells it, and he says, "Oils and metals,
oils.
ingredients of the jungle, refined and corrupted. I will find these falsities." And he just turns and strides out the door.
Yes, yes, go. And then Yamdo opens up the door for him, closes the door, and then still holding the pistol out with both hands, he hands it back to Lola Harvey.
I'm like whispering over to Ord.
Oh shit, dude! I fucked up on these tokens. Oh, I'm really fucking up.
Whoa!
Yo, there it is.
Anyway,
Oh,
continue.
we're on.
Sorry.
I see.
Yeah, you're on the map layer. My bad.
Oh, Ord. Hey,
Hey, come here. That man's
Yes,
talking.
my friend.
That man's talking to a cat.
And like as you get closer, I'm just like showing you that I like can't fucking. Boy, am I trying though.
Oh my god.
There's a perfectly,
But like he's trying while trying to look like he's not trying.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, Yamdo Khan, that's dope. Yamdo goes back to Lola and he hands her the pistol and says, "Lola, Leonidas, I sent him, Lola, Yamdo sent Leonidas to track these strange people. Said oil and metal, ingredients of jungle, corrupted. Hopefully Leonidas find soon them." And he places the pistol back in your hand.
I take the pistol and I say, "Oh, Yamdo, that's great, but I worry for him. There's 4 of them, and oh, if anything happened to him, I'd feel horrible."
Leonidas is strong. Yamdo have faith. Leonidas return soon with these false people. Hell yeah. Attempts to help Sawyer. Oh shit. And then what?
Roll perception, Ord.
Sure.
But yeah, otherwise, as Ord walks up while the two of them are talking and sees that Sawyer's like Um, like just like the already expressionless. You said perception?
Yeah, roll perception.
Like already expressionless. Like Ord's head just kind of goes like looks at his arm and then looks at Sawyer and then looks back at the arm and then looks at Sawyer and is like,
what?
but like he can see that like as Sawyer's like tugging, the arm isn't moving. So Ord, thinking that this is a simple solution, just takes his hand and like puts it on the chronograph and like tries to move it.
You roll a athletics check. So you go to move the chronograph
and
as you-
accidentally rip off his arm.
Oh, shit! Yo, that's nuts. That is nuts. We love a +7 to athletics. Get it. Get it. And then what? Your arm. What you happen? Your arm. Oh.
So you go to you give it a good hard yank, and it doesn't move an inch, but you do notice that something kind of comes out the top of it, and it's like at first you imagine like a silver thread that as you see it, and then you kind of realize that it's more like a silver lightning bolt. But then you kind of keep looking, and it's more like a silver crack that sort of has come out, although this crack sort of seems to be suspended in midair. And you also note that the particular stone that it came out of on the chronograph, which normally has this sort of like yellow stone hue to it, if I'm correct, right, Sawyer? Mm-hmm. It is actually, the rune on the face of it is glowing red.
Ord
That's
looks
new.
at what happens
That's
and
new.
he looks at Sawyer and
It's never
I
turned
guess
red before.
sensing that's like this is kind of like a like be sensitive about this. He just he whispers,
Is that supposed to happen?
No, I
I
don't
think
so.
I might. I think I broke your chronograph.
I'll get you a new one. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll get you.
I promise I'll get you a new one.
I don't know how I can replace it. Are you in pain? Did I pull too hard?
Am I in pain?
You're not in pain, no.
I'm not in pain. Just need to move.
Right.
I don't know why it's growing red.
Should I try to move you again?
I'm gonna cancel the arcane.
"Oh,
monster.
you know what? Actually, in that same vein, because I've still got my magic eyeballs going on right now. Is there anything different in the aura of the chronograph as it starts to glow red, or like as its
no.
crack happens? Okay.
Nothing different.
Is this like a silver crack in like space?
Yeah, yep, floating above
That's
the
terrifying.
chronograph.
Why is it not on the stone? It's
And Ord like actually like strangely enough like leans closer, like he's like bending over. Now it's not as conspicuous as it used to be because now Ord's like leaning into like Sawyer's arm.
So Yamdo, you get the sense that like, what the heck are you guys doing? Lola's trying to tell us this important story. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I look over at them. Yemdo look over at them, and he walks over and says, "What
Yeah.
doing? Why?"
I imagine
Bit of a s-
Lola, I would
situation.
imagine, is still crying or something. I don't know what's
No,
Lola.
no. So I look over and I finally see what's going on, and my eyes lock on the chronograph. And I get a
Now
kind
I
of crazy
feel-
look on my face, and I
Oh,
run
no.
over to Sawyer and I grab him by the collar, and I say, "What do you know about these people? Where did you get that chronograph? I know it's connected to these people. What do you know?"
Let's go! Get him! Get him!
So like, you grab like I assume you like pulled me to the side with my arms like this, like still stuck over there.
Miss Harvey. He is presently stuck. His arm will not budge. I might have damaged the device.
Yeah, but
had
he has
this-
the device, and I saw that device in the
Oh.
same room where the portal is that my grandfather said these things came from. What do you know about this?
Wait,
next to Squat, and you know this.
a portal?
Yeah, I should also remind that during that little like linear thing, we did talk about how Sawyer got the chronograph.
But yeah, but that's why I said my eyes looked a little crazy right now.
Ah,
I
okay.
just saw
cool.
someone die, and I'm just kind of a little off the
And
hinge
also,
right
like,
now.
who knows if Sawyer's even telling the truth?
Right, I just know I see a chronograph on his arm.
Sawyer, you hear a voice, and it doesn't take you but a second to realize that only you are hearing this voice.
Oh,
And the voice says to you, "These people, they ride the flow of time.
No. Shit.
They are slaves, and it is their master." And you hear, "You are going to have an error if you
Whoa.
continue to fight against the tide of time. It will happen more often."
Damn.
And you feel the chronograph, you feel slight vibrations start to come from it.
who the hell are you?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes,
Nobody-
absolutely.
No response. And
I'm Ordovik MacReady.
you look
So I'm
and
getting. Oh, go ahead.
different blocks in the chronograph are now also starting to light up red. And as opposed to having their own sort of little cracks come out of them, it feels like for everyone that starts to light up, the crack that you saw on top of it is beginning to grow. This is now
So
something
I'm-
kind of obvious that people can see.
I can fix this. And
So I'm
I-
still holding on to you. And I'm like, what did you do, Sawyer? What did you do?
I'm like grabbing it and just like trying to spin the three wheels, trying to get it to do something.
Are
Trying to
you
fix
calling to them? Are you telling them where we are? Are
Hey.
they with you?
Oh,
As-
shit.
Lola screaming into your ear, you panically try to move things on the chronograph as more and more things start to light up red. And finally, you spin it, and you realize that it's just doing nothing. And eventually, all of these little blocks are now lit up red. And there's almost an explosion, like your arm is freed, but it's like your arm takes with you a bit of in pieces of this scene of this world around you. Like there's just this little arm-sized hole where on the other side of it, everyone can see what looks like static or nothing inside of a crack in the middle of time and space, floating in the middle of this room.
Mm.
Sawyer's so fucking intrigued. He's just staring into it.
So you start to see things as you look into it, and you see, bizarrely enough, as you see often, Sawyers. But in particular, you see a younger version of yourself. You see a child of yourself.
Oh, damn.
You remember this moment. You're in the streets of Esdrig, and I would say you're looking for your parents, but you haven't known your parents for years. And you're crying, huddled up into the corner, as a lumbersome beast pass by, hauling a cart that smells rancid in front of you. And then you see another Sawyer, and he's unbelievably strong looking, and it looks like flame blasts him from the side, and you almost imagine that he's consumed by this fire, but you see him, and he's blasted by it, and he tumbles back, and you realize he's tumbling right at you, and he hits this sort of barrier of time, and you hear him scream in pain, and you see that he begins to slowly sort of come through this barrier, and it's like he's sagging or dripping into your world, and this strange other armored Sawyer falls out of this cube in space, this rip and tear in time, and lands at your
What?
feet. And
Yeah,
you
I
hear
pull out my guns.
Sawyer, you hear this, you hear the voice again, and he says, "You could share the same fate."
Oh, shit.
As the Sawyer stands up, and he puts his hands up to his head, and he seems like he's in pain. He can't seem to speak, and he can't seem to see. And he reaches out with a hand, and mistakenly his hand goes back through the rift. And when he pulls his hand away, it's not like his hand was cut off inside of this rift, but rather because of his hand existing at a different time in a different place, like nothing but infinite versions of himself drag away, and there's just a streak of black where his black plate armor is coming from, and you see this. He screeches in pain, but there's no words that come out. You can see pain on his face, and you see his eyes are bloodshot, and you hear that same voice in your head, and he says, "This Sawyer is out of his place and out of his time.
Oh, yeah.
He's incapable of understanding what he sees or where he is." And this furious Sawyer, he's got a huge sword, he swings at you, and the sword comes right at you, Sawyer, and you hear the voice again, and the voice says, "You realize too late that this is not an illusion." And you look down, and the sword is embedded in your side, Sawyer, and you take 14 points of damage, and everyone is rolling initiative.
Oh,
I got both the initiative order.
Let's
Is
go.
it too? I'm assuming it's too late to throw protection out. I didn't realize.
I think it is too late to throw protection.
Okay,
Out. Oops, I
alright,
should
cool.
have done that. I'm gonna find my.
One second.
Here we go. Character sheet. That's initiative, baby.
I always figured we'd come to blows, Sawyer.
There it is.
Oh,
Oh,
That's some hair.
Yo, look at Big
Wow.
Sawyer. Mecha Sawyer.
yo, yeah, this is like Nightmare
love
Sawyer.
it.
This is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Nerd.
the voice speaks to you, though, Sawyer, and he says, "This Sawyer has only seconds to live, but those seconds will be the most painful moments of his life." And he says, "You could share this fate."
Oh my god.
And that's the last of the voice that you hear.
So we didn't hear any of that, right? We have
No,
no
you
idea
guys
why this
did
other
not
Sawyer
hear it.
just
Nope.
popped up.
You do not know why this other Sawyer just
Sawyer,
popped up.
what's going on?
I have no idea. And I said, like, do I have use of my arm?
Yes, you do have use your arm now. Sawyer, you are up, and then Yamdo, and then Lola.
Okay. Where can I cast this
Or-
spell?
yeah. As he's picking a spell, Ord is like looking at this kind of like fully armored, kind of like not anti-Sawyer, but still Sawyer, and like seeing the blade in present Sawyer,
You see nothing but fury and rage and pain in this Sawyer's face.
and there is a genuine moment of confusion where he's like, "This is my friend. Do I hit him?"
A wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Got him.
So it takes half damage.
Half damage takes, what do we do? Round up 8 damage. So what
Let's
is
see.
what does this even spell do? Show spell description.
Mind spike.
So
Very
even though this thing, this poor, tortured, time-torn Sawyer already is in immense amount of pain, you see him. He attempts to raise his other hand, but it just leaves this black streak floating in space and time, and you see fury and frustration on his face as he looks down at this mystery, this sort of stupid, annoying kind of streak of space and time in his hand, where his hand is supposed to be. And he looks back at you with fury and a rage, and he's just so full of hatred that you can tell that he barely understands where he is and what's happening. Yamdo's up, unless you're moving. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
What was
Probably
after this?
definitely not. Yeah. I just want to describe what Mind Spike does.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it. No, please do.
You see a moment where like Sora is like underhanded. Where's the camera? There we go. He's like
Where's the camera?
underhanded, and then he like twists like this. And when he twists his hand, you see he almost like goes back in time for this evil version of Sawyer goes back in time for a moment and like re-experiences that pain again. which is what that psychic damage is.
Nice.
There it is, bro. Hell yeah.
Yamdo, you're up.
All right. Well, Yamdo is going to bonus action. Hunter's mark this fella. As we see Yamdo's eyes light up. It's been a while since he's casted Hunter's mark. And he's going to walk up to this evil version of Sawyer. And he's... Yamdo has no Leonidas. Yamdo has no spear. It's a good thing. It's a good thing he took a point in what do you call it? Monk, because he's going to go up to this gentleman. He's going to bop him on his mouth.
Unfortunately, you whiff him.
Ooh, there it is. Hell yeah. And I end my turn.
Didn't you have multi-attack? No?
Nah, we get that next level, baby.
Oh my god. Okay. Lola, you're up.
Multi-class. Bang, bang, bang.
What you doing, Lola?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about here.
Take out all that anger
He
at Sawyer.
stabbed me.
Blah blah blah.
You do take a moment to think that one thing is that pulling the trigger on your weapon will probably draw attention from downstairs, which might not be a bad
I wasn't
thing.
gonna
but-
do that.
Okay.
I was thinking, I wonder if I could use my whip to like get his sword out of his hand.
Ooh.
I
Hmm.
mean, to be fair, we've been yelling and shouting. Somebody's probably like, "Ooh, better leave
We
them people
love
alone."
the 25.
Were we yelling and shouting?
Were we?
And you're going for the
I don't
sword,
think
right?
so. Yeah.
Roll roll athletics check or dexterity or athletics against him.
Oh my bad. I assumed the other Sawyer's screams
Oh,
and
man.
shouts and the rip and
Fuck.
tear in space and time would have made noise.
If he's saving, did you see my roll?
But the attack beats it, right?
It's a contestant. So. Yeah, I
He's
think
saving.
it would go to Sawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he's saving against you, is what I'd say.
All
So
right.
he's
Well,
gonna-
good thing I have a second attack.
Ah!
Yeah.
Get it.
With a dagger, you with one hand try to whip at him. You use your whip to pull in and jab your dagger, but it just seems to scratch and reflect off the side of this dark plate armor that this Sawyer is wearing. And angry Sawyer is up.
Angry Sawyer.
You can see that as he shakes and shudders here, you can see that he seems to blink and like and fray in space. Oh look, there he goes. There's so angry Sawyer right there. Fucking there he is.
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
to flash at Sawyer.
There it is. Look at Angry Sawyer.
We're going to impose disadvantage
Ooh, disadvantage.
with protection.
Nice.
Hell
Well, so
yeah.
I'll just roll it again. Oh, so it's 11 hit? Oh wait, no, 28 is the second one. My bad.
28. So with
Yeah.
a
So
21, we're gonna go ahead and not have enough AC, so we're gonna chrono shift that.
You hear Sawyer in your head a sort of ticking. You seem to hear like a strange ticking sound. By the way, is Crunch what he rolls it again?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh,
There it
are
is.
you kidding me?
There it is, baby.
Fucking
so
alright, well,
play it out. Play it out like he hit
he-
me,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
rewind time.
Yeah, you see the blades. He rears back with his one hand and swings the sword at you. And as the speed is almost unprecedented, but it slows and it slows and slows, and you almost think it's still going to get you, but it barely stops a centimeter from your neck and then draws back away. And he's going to use his multi-attack to attack again.
Oh,
And he fucking crits. Jesus Christ. Which is not I've seen worse crits. I have seen worse crits, dude. He did not do that.
Holy
I mean, 10, 19, 22 damage with that hit.
Sawyer is down.
Oh no. Sawyer, you guys watch as this blade Sawyer shifts it back. You see the fury on this angry Sawyer as he strikes forward again, the blade embedding into Sawyer's shoulder. You all watch as Sawyer's eyes roll back in his head and he drops to the floor, blood oozing from the wound. The man draws his blade from the down Sawyer, and Ord, it's your turn.
Well,
Holy shit.
There it is. There it is. Okay. Ord witnesses his Sawyer fall down, and his confliction of whether to disable the other Sawyer has faded just a bit. Ord is going to take the Morning Star, and I don't know exactly how to do this, but yeah, he's going to, much like Lola, try to smash his arm that has the sword. So, like, he's not pulling punches here. He's trying to break other Sawyer's arm.
Smash away. Nice, it's
Big
a hit. And if you want to disarm him, I feel like I'm making the disarm rules too easy because I think it's probably a complicated thing to do. But let's just roll
It is
athletics
not.
against
I
him.
looked at real quick. To knock something out, you just the attacker makes an attack roll contested by their athletics or acrobatics. It's the same as a grapple.
Okay, so you, but you
Grapple
don't
is
also
succeed.
you do not also do damage. Is that what it's saying?
Right. So it works exactly like grappling does. So
Okay.
you would start, instead of attacking, you would do a contest check.
All right, so contest with his strength then, I guess. He rolls an 18.
So that
Meridian.
was that an 18 to my 22,
Well,
or do I need to roll
that's what
athletics now?
attacker?
You have to make a choice here. Do you want to hit him or do you want to try to disarm him? You have multi-attack, so you could hit him and then try to disarm him.
We'll do the disarm first and see if that works. So, my athletics. Not quite.
Okay. And then the
This
other one,
one's
the other
good.
roll's got to be your hit or whatever, right? Which hits him for 6 piercing damage. Right?
Yeah.
That's your plan? Okay.
And now that I have the multi-attack, I could try it again.
No, you use with your second attack to not disarm.
Ah, I see. Then that's fine. We'll go ahead and use the Shield Master bonus action to shove him.
There it is. There
Okay.
it is.
Shove him into the ground.
The real question is... Yeah, I don't... Yeah, okay. So yeah, I would need 2 rounds, realistically, for Ord to, like, be genuine to himself. So yeah, like, as Ord brings down the Morning Star, obviously he's going to try to talk to other Sawyer, but he's like,
I don't know where you've come from. I don't know where your anger remains, but see reason. We do not wish to harm you, but we will defend ourselves.
Yeah. Get him. Get him.
So he's just bleeding out.
and yeah, so as he like, you know, does the like, and obviously doesn't really do much, he then takes his left arm with the shield and just like punches it into his chest
Hell
to
yeah.
get him to push him away from the group immediately.
We got to talk about angles here. Which way are you pushing them?
Where's the portal?
It's like kind of
Like what? Like here?
yeah. It's imagine, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, I should probably have gotten closer because I was right next to Sawyer doing this stuff. So I'll just be right here and I'll just be like, oh God, did we push him into the portal from whence he came?
Yeah.
No, because I think Ord would definitely be looking at this Sawyer as like, we should give him a chance to talk, and if he doesn't see reason, then we kill him. So he's gonna like try to push him like,
Stabbed me.
yeah, you're right.
Come on.
I mean, I get it, but I am unconscious. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know where Ord draws the line. I know where I draw the line. I don't know where Sawyer draws the line.
you're right because his Sawyer just dropped, and
2 hits. He got.
yeah, Ord's
Hashtag with
going to punch him towards the portal.
Okay. A shove, I think you can test him again, don't you?
I'm actually not sure. It doesn't say within this description, but
I
I
think
believe
shove
a
is like
shove
a
would be Is it athletics or is it raw strength?
It's no, it just happens as long as he takes the attack action.
Because I'm using the
bonus
bonus
action
action.
to shove.
Sure. So this Sawyer, he spills back into the portal, and the same. So the portal was at like arm level, so his waist sort of passes through this portal, and he kind of comes out on the other side. But you see like his body like stretch as it goes through there, and you see on his face like he is overcome with pain. Like you almost see that he's gritting his teeth, like you expect these teeth to shatter because he seems to be in so much pain. But he still manages to be gripping onto his sword in one of his hands.
What is this?
And Sawyer, you wouldn't make a death save, brother.
Ah!
It's been so long since I made anyone really do it. I think
He's gonna use the rest of Ward's gonna use the rest of his like movement to like impose himself.
Okay.
Like as he's holding onto the sword, like Ward's like
I think odds are bad, aren't they? So Sawyer?
Is it anything less
Yeah.
than 10, right?
Yeah. That's
No, I thought it was odds
so
and evens. Yeah, less than 10 is like not good. That's one death one for you. Yamdo, you're up.
All right, Yamdo. Is there a chandelier above me?
There is not a chandelier above you,
Shit.
brother. We're in a small little tavern room.
Is there a? But there's a massive Ordovik in front of me, right?
To some degree, sort of, yeah.
Yamdo is going to leapfrog over
very
Ordovik,
good.
leapfrog over Ordovik, and try and he's gonna try and land on the shoulders of evil Sawyer, bro, and he's gonna try and get this man in a grapple, preferably a full Nelson, bro. Hands up like this, bro.
Or you barely feel Yamdo go, like these nimble feet and hands go up your back so fast that you just you're barely even aware of what's happened until you see the shadow pass over your head. This lithe form of Yamdo dashing over top of you. And roll we roll in athletics again. We're just grappling the guy at this point, right?
I want to get him in a full
Alright.
Nelson, bro. Hands up
Grapple,
behind the head,
grapple,
bro. Strength athletics. Come on, let's go. Yeah, we got him in a full fucking Nelson. Get him in a full fucking Nelson. I'm using the rest of my movement. I'm bringing him into the fucking portal, bro. You are coming with me.
So you put your feet at this point. He's passed through the portal, so you actually, Yendo, I would imagine that you put like you're back here now. You put your feet on the back wall.
Yeah.
And use the back wall to push yourself forward.
Yeah.
Which I think is totally kosher under the rules of grappling. So
yeah, he's with
it's
me.
half his movement. You can move other people with you.
And
Yeah.
I got 40 speed, bro.
the portal's only right in front of him. So
yeah.
Yamdo, did you just you're coming with me? Did you just throw yourself into the portal with him?
Yes.
Oh god.
So the Sawyer passes into the portal. And the way Yamdo pushes him, he dives face first into this portal, and while his face passes in through the other side, on the other side you only see this blurred mesh of flesh, flesh and blood and bone, and you see teeth opening as there's a pained scream that you can't hear. Now, Yamdo, you find that this portal seems oddly solid to you. You almost you nearly get a bloody nose flattening your face onto it, but you find yourself almost rolling off the side of this other Sawyer, but now you're kind of underneath of him with your hands wrapped around in front of him, and ahead of you, in front of you, above you, is this twisted and stretched face of this green evil Sawyer.
Let me see. So since it's solid, can I mean, shit, man. I mean, I've got him. That was my action.
He passed through it.
Oh, he passed through it. So shit, man. I mean, I've got him restrained. That's my action. I've got my hunter's mark on him. Man. What's he looking like? What does he feel threatened that I've got him in a full Nelson? I guess I'll say
he doesn't have a face anymore.
He has
what
no
was
face.
His face is now just a smear of flesh and blood and bone and teeth and the occasional eyeball. It's all like a strange twist of like the time related to this. As if he has his face and the parts of him that have passed through this portal simultaneously exist in every spot that he's passed through. So,
damn,
his hand is leaving this black trail of where the armor existed in all these moments. It's like a black ribbon going through the air, and now his face and his torso are making the same thing. It's quite frankly a very strange thing to look at.
Damn, man.
And if it weren't for the occasional eyeball that emerges and the bloodshot and the fury that you see in this and the teeth clenching and the screams that you can't hear,
Yeah.
you would almost think this guy's already dead.
Yeah, all right. So then, yeah, man, I'm I'm not letting him go. I'm not letting him go, and I'll just keep him restrained. Who's next in the lineup? Lola. I'm just gonna like, you know, kind of position myself so that Lola can get a clean shot, and I'm gonna say, Lola, end him.
So wait, Yamdo's not in the spatial rift.
Nope. He bounced right off of it.
Okay.
Big bunk.
Lola.
Okay. Hold on, I closed myself. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, hold on. I have extra attack, which means I can attack twice. But then I have crossbow expert, which says when I make an attack action, I can use a bonus attack to then use my pistol. So does that mean I can do 3 attacks?
Yeah, that would. Yes, that's
Bang,
like
bang,
one
bang.
thing.
Pew, pew, pew. It's high noon.
Yeah, so I was trying
It's
not to
12
be loud,
o'clock.
It's
but now Sawyer's dead, and it's become a problem.
Yeah.
So I've had enough for today.
It's 12 o'clock.
2 of those are hits. There's 3 loud gunshots ringing out throughout this building. And you see 2 of those hit this sort of strange twisted mass that was once this. I mean, he's still got legs and one arm with a sword in it, but other than that, his face and his hair and his everything seems to be blurring in this strange time dilation mess. And is that your whole turn?
Yes.
So, Angry Sawyer is blinded at this point, but he is going to flail about randomly with his sword. So we're gonna roll. Let's see. Roll 1d5. So 5's a miss, and everything else will hit someone. So it actually hits Yamdo. Yamdo, and he's gonna get disadvantage on here too. But he rolls an 18.
There it
Does
is.
18 hit?
18 hits my puny 17 AC.
So this sword just comes and slashes against you. 18 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
But you see as this twisted mesh of what her face was turns towards you, and you see clearly, Yamdo, 2 eyes focus on you, and you see teeth, and every now and then lips, and these things are stretching, and gradually the whole image sort of starts to turn gray and feather and then turn to dust and seems to disappear and fade away. And the rift abruptly just disappears, and it's gone.
And he's just gone. He's there.
He's gone, and he's gone.
And then like, oh my god, he was just here. Sawyer.
Ford has immediately put his hands on Sawyer. Have a healthy 5.
Woo!
Yeah.
Get him.
Sawyer, you come coughing. You were not, unconscious necessarily. Well, the whole time you were down, you had this strange ticking sensation in your head, and you realize that it is a time measurement, and the best you can akin it to is seconds. And you come to this strange realization that this armored Sawyer existed in your world for 18 seconds only, and then he was gone.
Sawyer shocks up, and he coughs, and there's fucking blood just splurts out, and he just goes, "Oh fuck, he was so cool."
You said Evil Sawyer was cool?
Yeah.
God, man.
Sawyer,
Where'd he go?
He is gone.
He tried to kill me.
Yes, he almost succeeded. Speaking of, Gamdo,
And he, puts his hand over on Yamdo's wound.
He got me pretty good.
I am inclined to take a little aside here, at least for the time being. What was that? Why did another you appear and then try to murder us? I'm not saying that I'm distrustful of you. I'm trying
I
to
think
make
it's
sense
time
of...
we take that thing and destroy it.
Okay, that's not happening. It's
You
he's
almost
slowly
died,
getting up to his
Sawyer.
feet. And I'm alive.
What about
And-
next time?
I gotta figure this thing out. I gotta figure out how to use it.
Are the runes still red? Is the chronograph still fully
Nope.
red?
It's back to normal.
And I'm gonna.
How many people have to die before you decide that you have to give it up?
I'm gonna look at Lola and I'm just gonna say, people die. I'm just trying to survive.
Ooh! Damn, that was clean. Get
Well,
it.
my friend didn't survive today because of technology just like this.
Get it, Rosine. Get it. That thing you
I'm
wear.
just looking down at the chronograph and kind of staring at it.
What is Sawyer's thoughts on it?
I'll tell you exactly what his thoughts are, because he's definitely gonna say this. When we came to this when we came to the other tavern, when you guys went inside, something happened. Time froze, and I saw some things. And I saw another Sawyer,
Get it.
much older, with a much.
I gotta go for a second.
What?
Sorry, my wife's
Oh.
calling, dude. I
It's
gotta
all
go.
good. It's all good. We'll pause it right here.
And then suddenly,
Nah. Keep it going.
a portal opened, and out came
Stop it! Yeah, stop it!
an evil Yamdo-Khan. And he said,
Ooh.
and he was wearing a metal loincloth. And he spoke properly, and he said, and you dare enter my realm. This, and he points at the clothed Yamdo-Khan, this right here. You wish you could be me. You wish you could have this metal loincloth, but alas, you have to wear the clothes of the white man. So guess
That
what?
got me.
you gotta wear the clothes of the white man. And so, I will let you know that there are 4 of us. There is a metal Yamdo-Khan, there is a metal Sawyer, there is a metal Lola, and there is a metal Ordovik. A double metal Ordovik. And guess what? We are coming. You call yourselves the Metaphor, but we are the Horsemen.
Metal Four.
We are the Metal Four. We are the Metal Four. We are the Metal
I
Four.
hate it.
We are the Metal Four. So, you may have bested Metal Evil Sawyer, but guess what? He will be rebuilt anew, and he will have 4 legs, 4 arms, and yes,
Other Yamdo, Troya was still made of flesh. He just had armor. He wasn't made of metal.
well, we will make him into half metal, half man.
Right.
Oh no! And the
Shut
portal
up.
closed. Yeah.
I see.
What the hell are you talking about?
We named the evil metal people the Metal Four.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
shut up.
The Metal Four.
The metal
Okay.
four.
Evil.
I'm sorry if
evil-
I missed
evil-
something great. I'm so sorry.
Evil,
all good.
evil
No, no, no,
Yem
I'm- yeah,
does,
we-
Is your son okay?
We're
matter.
still
Oh, yeah.
trying to figure it out, so we'll find out. The problem is that, like, I don't know, it's a bunch of baloney. So he's got some sort. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just skip it and go to something.
All
he's
right.
gonna be fine. Let's say it that way. He's a healthy boy.
Healthy boy.
He'll be
Cool,
alright.
cool, cool.
Anyway, where were we? Still in the room.
Before
Sawyer.
Oh, what's my
Before-
music? What the fuck?
Before we escalate hostilities here, I can see there's tension in the room. We must remember that this device is ancient. We do not know the limits of its capabilities.
But I do.
Yeah, he was telling us about his vision.
You may see what it can do, but can you control it? I just watched you get stuck in place. And then another you materialized to try to kill you. I do not know half of what is going on.
Clearly, there's another Sawyer who figured it out. So I
Oh.
can figure this out.
Oh shit.
Should have
Oh,
seen
it is-
this fucking thing.
It is important to ask. When Sawyer stared into the void, one, did we see what he was seeing, or
you
was it
did see
just Sawyer? Okay.
You saw what he was seeing. You saw a young Sawyer crying on the street.
Sawyer, in all due respect, what I have witnessed is a much older, stronger you, flailing through the void, helpless, and forced into our world. It did not look like he had figured it out. It did not look like control. It was reckless. It was wild. I trust that you can handle this, but I fear what happens if you cannot.
Get it. Get it.
So good.
Man, Sawyer's gonna walk out. Sawyer
Ah!
walks out. Sawyer fucking drops the arcane lock spell on the room and walks out.
Sawyer, wait.
Let him go.
Mm,
Get ahead.
mm.
Sorry, I don't believe now is the time for us to be separated, especially considering your current condition and what you had said happened. I will... Yamdo, please stay here with Mrs. Harvey, and Hams is still asleep in the corner. He'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm going to pursue Sawyer.
Yamdo, stay here.
Before I go, Miss Harvey, your assailants, is there anything else that I need to know about them?
I don't know anything about them. That's why before Sawyer walked off at a huff, I was gonna say that we need to go find some answers, and I think I might know where to find some if we can get Sawyer back and over his tantrum.
I will go ahead. I will go to Sawyer, and I will try to calm him down. In the meantime,
So, in addition
Where should
to
I
the
find you?
library, I kind of have an estate here.
In a
Oh.
state. What is a state?
It's a
she
big
owns a
house.
large house.
I haven't really been there since I got it. It was my grandfather's home, and I haven't been there since he went missing, and it was given to me. But I do think that I couldn't find anything else in his office that if there are any more clues to be found, that they will be there, and that is where I need to head before the other people get there.
Before.
And,
But I can't go alone. I can't fight them by myself. I need you guys all to come with me.
I understand. But what I should suggest then is that for the time being, it may be too soon and it may be too painful, but I fear the longer we talk, the further he gets away. It might do us either better to stay here in this room and wait for me to return, or we return to your family's library. There is information I am seeking there that might help us, and perhaps we could find
I'm
more
just
information
afraid
as
that
to why
those.
these people would be back.
Yes, but they may go to the estate next. We need to get there before them.
Yamdo go with Lola.
Very well. I will do my best to be quick. I do not know if there's a signal you can give, but
If you just ask any guard where the Harvey estate is, they'll be able to point you in the right direction.
the Harvey estate. Understood.
So Ordovik is going to go off in search
Ordovik,
of.
yep. Ordovik leaves the room as soon as he hears Harvey Estate, and he's moving. He's moving surprisingly fast for a man of his size. He's not
Yeah.
walking. He's chasing.
You storm down the stairs,
Oh man, the content.
and you. Sorry, I should just put this song on repeat. You come downstairs in the tavern. There's no sign of Sawyer anywhere.
Sawyer! Sawyer!
Damn.
Damn it all.
Yamdo, Lola, you guys are leaving.
Yes, Yamdo.
Yeah,
go.
we're going to book it as quickly as we can.
God.
You head out into the darkness. The cold air of the street kind of surrounds you here. You see above you a clear sky. You can see tons of stars as you make your way towards the Old Gate district. Lola, you've been here thousands of times. Well, somewhat many, many times. The Old Gate district is newer despite its name. A lot of the buildings are constructed this beautiful sort of white marble. Nice, pass that trade, totally. And eventually you come upon your estate, this large white building with this sort of side building, this domed side building that kind of juts out in front of it. You recognize as you come up this pure whiteness of it, and it looks like these large steps out front have been well maintained. There's a bit of a garden sort of on this mid-level of these steps, that you assume that the people who are employed of your family have been taking care of the estate. You climb up and you stand kind of at this entrance, this portcullis to the estate that leads into the inner doors. You and Yamdo here in this darkness late at night. What do you do?
Well, I don't want to open it because I'm trying to make sure that if they're here, I don't call attention to ourselves. So I guess, can we go up and over it?
No, it's an iron gate that is floor to ceiling in this sort of like doorway. Imagine like this large doorway. It's
Then
at
I
the
guess
top
I'm
of the
going to look
stairs,
around
right?
as much as I can.
Yeah, it's not a
first.
wall. Sorry, not a wall. All right, roll perception. And or do you roll perception as well?
Yamdo.
Yes. Should I roll perception as well? Or
I don't know. Why'd you say Yamdo? Actually,
He's the one with me, right?
yes.
but he said yes. He responded. I didn't know if there was a reason you said it. Did you
I
did
thought
you want
you
him to roll
confused
perception?
who was with me.
No. I said, oh no. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh.
I want to roll perception in the bar. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
well,
are you having me hunt down? Is
To
this
some
for
degree.
detecting Sawyer?
yeah, but you see
Okay.
nothing special with that roll, unfortunately.
That's fine because I have another thing specifically for seeking out Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
So, this sense of detect magic about you, everything seems pretty standard inside this bar, except for this curious old man sitting at the bar, who seems to have this faint glow of magic about him, and then this rather strong glow on the same arm that the chronograph would be on.
Hey.
Fucking good. And
That's
as you kind of look at him,
brilliant.
you see his eyes dart towards you and look at you briefly, but when he sees your helmeted head facing him, his eyes go back to the drink in front of him.
Am I allowed to interact here?
Yes, you do whatever you want. It's D&D.
Ord
Let's go.
approaches, and
Fucking dude.
he's lost. He's
No, I
lost
just-
like the speed, and he Yeah.
Go for it. No, I just imagine like Ort going to the bar and like thumping his fist in the bar next to what is obviously Sawyer, and just looking at him like.
No,
something.
he's actually much more delicate about it. He's assuming that like Sawyer's put on a very intricate disguise. And now that he sees that Sawyer's like right there, that if Ord wanted to, he could chase, but like Sawyer's not running. He's just like, don't look at me. So Ord just kind of comes up to the bar and just very gingerly leans against him and just says,
Sawyer, there's no need to put on a disguise. I did not mean to offend you. It was just concern.
There's just no response. He's just drinking the drink.
Oh,
Yando and Lola, you guys have you don't see anything, and as you look around, there seems to be almost no one on the street. Maybe you see the torch of a guard patrolling the street, a duo of guards way down, but you don't see anything. So you use your key eventually to unlock the portcullis, and you enter into. You turn around, you lock the portcullis gate behind you, and you're facing the main doors of your estate. Use the key to open that as well, and you feel this sort of comfortable air come out of the estate and wash over you, and you step into your ancestral home. You're in this large marble and white stone foyer with this grand staircase in front of you.
wow.
Yamdo, it's an impressive sight to you, most certain.
Yeah, Lola. Yamdo like this place. Remind me of my home.
Yeah,
And,
unfortunately, ours isn't quite as shiny as yours.
Lola, you do feel a sense of safety here in this building.
Let's go.
All right,
We-
Yamdo. Oh, go ahead.
Are probably going to end right about here. No, do you want to keep going? I'm seeing faces.
I was like,
until a single red laser sight falls upon Lola's.
Yo, shit. Oh, shit.
And we can keep going if you guys want. I've got a couple post session
We
closing.
can stop here.
So we are going to see some. Okay, yeah, is that fine with everyone? Are we okay? I don't mean to like
yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm just gonna have like
a long ass conversation with Sawyer.
the only scenes that
Are
I
you
could possibly
such a
conceive of is just
fucking
like
baby, Sawyer?
it would just be heart to heart with Sawyer. But I mean, like we can do that anytime.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll start the next session off with that. So-
Yeah.
We're gonna have a after credit scene, if you don't mind, if it's okay with everyone. I trust we
We always love an after credit.
I'm
Okay.
here for the content.
So we do see maybe as we sleep tonight or whatever, like we see again this younger Nicholas Harvey.
Yeah.
And he's drinking an ale and sitting at a table, and he's reading something and writing things on pieces of paper. And you hear a sudden boom, and there's a voice, and then you hear a man pan. And he says, "Oh, I've lost track of my." He says, "The old wharf has collapsed," and you hear like a voices sort of grumble, and the man says, "Someone saw a child in there." And gradually you hear chairs squeaking as men are getting up to go help with this collapse, trying to find this child. And Nick stands up and he folds up his book and puts it in his pocket, and he chugs his ale and he wipes his mouth with the back of his sleeve, and he pulls out something out of his pocket, and you recognize it as an amulet. It's the amulet that Lola normally wears. And he smiles to himself. He puts back his pocket and he sets out towards this where this wharf, the old wharf, has collapsed, and allegedly there is a child playing inside. And he's walking out the door, and you hear a voice say, "Oh, I hope everything's gonna be all right out there." And Nick turns, and it's the man who served him, the bartender. You see a young Ernest,
Hey.
and Nick sort of nods to him. And Nick heads out, and the next thing that we see is a slightly different scene. We actually don't see anything. We only see darkness, as this is a scene that, Ord, you remember, and you remember this darkness.
Let's go.
and you remember the sensation that you get from this simultaneous fear and this simultaneous comfort, this confusion that you get as this debris and this dirt is pressing in around you. And you're younger, it's just a child of you. We've seen a child of Yamdo and a child of Sawyer, and we've seen the child of Ord. And you know that you've done this and it's been an accident, but you don't understand because you're just trying as hard as you can to watch the people that you envy and do everything you can to be like them. And above you, you start to hear men's voices as men are clearing things away above you. And you grip the one thing that really, in this sensation of this earth and this debris pressing around you, again, you recall the last time that you were really pressured by debris and earth, and the panic and the comfort that you had then, and the sensation to dig, and you panicked and dug and dug and dug, and you didn't know where you are, and you barely know where you are now. And you grip the only thing that gives you comfort close to you, which is this amulet. You can almost feel the warmth come off of it as you hear these voices and this rough sound of people clearing things away get closer and closer to you. And then we change to an entirely different scene, and we see Nick Harvey again, and he's in his office, and he's writing, and he's smiling, and in front of him, that globe, and you can hear the ticking of his grandfather clock, and you hear a voice come up, and the voice says, "And this one?" And a small finger rises out of off screen and points at the globe, and Nick smiles, and we see a young Lola Harvey
Let's
in the
go.
office. And he looks at where she's pointing, and she's pointing to Silinar, and he says, yes, that king is King Rothma Ipel, king of the elves." And you hear little Lola's voice, and she says, "He has been king for a long time?" And Nick answers, "Yes. He's ruled for 200 years, I think." And she says, and she comments, and she says, "The elves, they didn't fight in the war?" And he says, "Yes, young one, you know your history well." And he smiles at her. Nick gives this kind of big smile. And then he says, "What are you doing, child?" And you see now Lola is kind of rummaging around the room here. And she says, "I'm looking for something." And he says, "Oh," and he chuckles at her. And he says, "Oh, we've had quite the history lesson today. What is it that you think you've lost there, little one?" And she kind of looks up at him, and she looks right into his eyes, and she says, "An amulet." And he looks, and she's wearing the amulet that he gave her. And he says, "It's right there on your neck there, child."
Yeah.
And she looks down at it, and she takes it in her hand, she looks at it, and she drops it kind of against her chest, and she looks back up at Nick, and she says, "Not this one." And we're going to end our session there.
What?
Damn. Yo,
Okay,
bro.
I told you Ord was dead. He be clawing himself out of his grave. I told you.
Yo.
If what?
I said I told you Ord was dead. He was crawling himself out of a grave.
There it is. The content, bro. Damn, Law with the cutscenes, bro. That's the cutscene master right there.
And why
ladies
do I all of a
gentlemen.
sudden feel like my own self is some kind of weird, creepy poltergeist child?
They're here. There
Not
it is.
that one.
Damn, bro.
They come in the night,
This.
mostly. Yeah,
Phenomenal,
I
bro.
actually have to confess that I was not as prepared for this session as I've been for other ones. I ran into a couple problems, mostly with my son going to the hospital today, that I wasn't able to get some last-minute preparations done like I normally do. Mostly along with the music, so I sort of had to kind of run and gun on the music. So sorry it wasn't
That's
quite up to
fine.
par.
No, it
but,
was a great
that's-
session.
Good, I'm glad you guys
Literally,
enjoyed it.
yeah.
I'm also so sorry that I had to get some of these things in, and I self-titled this episode Children because I wanted specifically to do scenes of all of us younger. And some of them were more put together than others and things like that. I mean, the Yamdo one is sort of like, it's whatever, but like, I feel kind of bad about like Lola was having this great moment explaining what happened, then it's like, oh, by the way, the sweet Sawyer thing's about to happen, you know? Like, I was like, by the way, sorry, Lola, just shut up for a second, okay? We're about to talk about Sawyer.
You have to. You have to.
I
Real
didn't
life,
have
if
to.
what happened to Lola happened, it would have probably taken a whole several hours to really go over it. You don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll all get to the estate at the beginning of next session or whatever. We're going to do a little conversation between Ord and Sawyer. I do like my Ord being like, Sawyer, stop being such a big fucking baby. We've got to get back with the team. But I
love Detect Magic and how you just instantly
It was
found
so
him.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it
I was
either.
like, he'll never find me. I'm gonna disguise self.
Oh
my
5 seconds
God,
in.
dude.
Oh,
Yep.
there he is.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, and like it made perfect sense to me too at the time because he was like, he already did Detect Magic, and like Sawyer already lit
Let's
up like
go.
a Christmas tree. So Ord's like, well, how far could he have really gotten? Let's see if he lights up like there it is.
There it is.
Oh my god! And I was actually thinking about it too because like I always have this debate about when you guys cast those spells. If you see something like I mentioned earlier, and then I kind of remind myself that it's sort of like a low, like there is magic like wizards and shit like that, but like in terms of magic items and stuff, it's very rare. So I figured that seeing that's why the amulet's hanging out and the chronograph stands out, you know. And it's like if the chronograph's on his left arm, if you see a dude, even if you didn't see the magic aura of the spell that he was cast on himself, if you just see this like aura of this thing on the left arm, you know who it is. Like there's only like one person. You know?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was great, and I did not see it coming at all, dude. I totally didn't see it coming, which I thought was fantastic, dude.
Man.
And there's like it's also funny because there's so many things that like you plan for these things, and then they just you guys are really great. You take it in a great direction all the time. So thank you very much.
Nah, bro. Thank you, man.
And again,
Yeah.
The content.
another little.
Oh, I'd like to say I thought Yams' idea of tracking the metal guys was really inspired.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh no! I forgot a part.
No.
Oh man, I totally forgot a part. It's
What?
dark, and you see the fields outside of Prince, and striking through the field, you see cloaked figures moving. They're just barely moving off the road to keep their cover low, and you see the lead figure. You see this one burning red eye as he moves through the field, and behind them. And then the camera changes. Boom! A view from the top of the wall. We're looking down. You can barely see the figures move through the fields, and then stepping from off camera view into camera view, Leonidas
Yeah.
staring down at them as they run off.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, and in the distance, we see that they're headed north.
North.
I'd meant to do that. I also invented that one on the spot because, like, of listening to Leonidas after them, I was like, I wanted to. So next session, Leonidas can come back and be like, "Yo, bro, they're going north, bro.
Yo, bro, they're
I
going
ain't chasing
north,
them
bro.
so far, you know, I ain't got chase them that far, bro."
Come on,
Like-
bro. There it is. The
I
content.
forgot to do that. I'm so sorry. I absolutely meant to throw that in there. I promise you I did. Because when you said that you were sending Leonidas after them, I was like, wait, where are they going?
Yeah.
And how can Leonidas like see it? Because obviously I don't want to get Leonidas to fight him because it's
Yeah.
like 4-on-1. It's just not
Yeah.
a good situation, you know. So
Damn.
But it would be-
Fantastic.
But it would be cool narratively.
Yo,
'Cause I
right?
wonder, would Yamdo's bond with Leonidas inform him that something was going on?
Yo.
Like, would
I would
Yamdo just be
definitely
like
have that. Of
hanging
course it
out,
would.
and then suddenly like
His
a
face.
flash of pain, and then like a sudden crushing blow, and like
Yo.
Leonidas is putting up a fight, but like Yamdo feels that this
Yamdo
Leonidas-
tastes blood in his mouth.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Or oil. I don't know.
Content, bro.
Whew, yeah. Pretty good session. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Phenomenal,
love
bro.
it. Love it.
very
And
good,
then
very good.
lots of good stuff. I mean, yeah, like Lola, great things going on with that story, and we can. And I just like, I kind of pushed it at the end because I know Lola had planned to get us to the estate today, and so I confession, I'd messaged her. I was like, dude, do we still want to go to the estate? Because if we do, it's got to happen like right now. And like, I'm looking forward to. There's got to be a moment of like, there's got to be a moment of like. I just looking forward to this moment of like Sawyer or someone or being like, why the fuck have we been doing everything? Like, look at this place. Like, look at this estate. Like, how much money do you have?
Well,
Like,
that
Lola,
has to
like-
be Sawyer, and he doesn't know.
Yeah.
'cause
Sawyer's
Ord knows,
gonna
but
be
Sawyer doesn't know yet.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, Ord does not. Or doesn't care about that. Like
And
Lola's
Yamdo's
very
richer than I am. What are we talking about? So it'll be Sawyer.
Damn, the content.
You had this whole estate here the whole time?
Oh
Sawyer's
man.
just gonna be
We've
like,
been
you have a
staying
very
in
lovely
ins."
house.
Yeah, I can see that being Ord's reaction.
Oh,
I know
man.
we've been sleeping on the road in cots, but this is a lovely house.
Yo, the Harvey estate. There it is.
The Harvey estate.
We love it. But nah, bro. Damn, bro, that was good, bro. That was good, bro.
So are we taking 2 weeks off, or what are we doing?
Oh no, Sawyer's gonna be mad at fucking Ord for 2 whole weeks.
Yo, there it is.
no, Ord. Oh no, that's right.
What about Monday?
Ah, yeah. What about Monday,
Hey, what
Kyle?
about Monday, Kyle?
Monday could work. Yeah, Monday could work.
Yeah.
Check my fucking calendar.
Then
y'all.
we still miss 1 week, but we don't have to miss 2.
Yeah, but we can find something else to fill the time. Yeah, I can do Monday. My wife's got parent teacher conference night because she's a teacher, so we'll
There
see
it
if
is.
that doesn't. Hopefully, doesn't. I'll be able to get the kids bed myself, so no problem.
Get 'em. Content. Bada boom. Is that where we cut the stream, ladies and or not the stream, the recording, ladies
what else
and
do we
gentlemen,
have?
bro?
What else do we have to say?
What else?
Because
bro?
the tribute talks is my favorite part of listening. Not my
Tribute
favorite
talks.
part, but I gotta love it. Like,
Yo, that's true.
Well, so okay, so seriously, Ord, I love you, and I trust you as you are today. I don't trust anything about your past because, like, you're a child, you're digging through, and you
Yeah.
remember another time you were in the dirt digging
Yo,
through.
bro.
I mean, come on now. I'm telling you, you are
Yeah.
some kind of risen from the dead thing.
There it is.
How many
Several
times do
hundred
I
years
have to
old
tell
from the
you
first
I'm
war.
not dead.
I'm not dead. I like sleeping in the earth.
I'm not dead. I'm not. I bleed. I breathe. I
You
eat.
were dead.
Once the stone golem got lucky. Once.
Once.
You're not like 60 years old.
oh man,
You're
so
like really
amazing.
old.
How old is Nicholas Harvey? That's a good question. How old is Nicholas Harvey?
Nicholas
Well,
Harvey.
I'm like 20 something, so he would have to be at least like, I don't know, 6, 70
Yeah, I'd
maybe.
probably imagine 60 or 70.
Mhm.
So, but
Okay.
like, so do you also get so what scene, the Ord scene of him, the wharf is collapsed, right? So do we kind of, hopefully we connected that with the scene from last session.
Yes.
Okay.
The weird, creepy kid that isn't a kid. I don't know. What was creepy about it? I can't remember.
He's wrapped
Nicholas
in
looks
rags
down.
and he
Yeah.
had the amulet.
Exactly. Like he's wrapped in rags now. telling you.
And what about
It's like a mummy.
lots of amulet superstition?
Yo,
Well,
this
yeah,
campaign.
why is Lola talking about some other amulet that's probably around Or's
Yeah.
neck right now?
Why is she talking about Or's amulet? Like, wait.
Wait,
But
what?
see, was that before or after Nicholas Harvey saw you with the amulet?
I'm gonna assume, not as Ord here, but as Kyle, the scribe, that this is after that incident.
Right.
Because
so
we
somehow does
So I will tell you,
Nicholas have
it's
sketches
obviously
of it?
after. It's obviously after that incident. The
Right,
Nicholas
so-
you saw in the library was old.
so somehow I know that he saw this amulet because now I've seen it somehow. And I'm looking for it. That's creepy as heck.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by that extension, hopefully this isn't got a plot hole. But does if Lola knows exactly what the amulet is that she's looking for,
Wouldn't I
she have-
recognize it
Yeah,
later?
wouldn't she have recognized that? the
No, not
minute
if I
that
was
Ord
really
pulled it
little.
out?
I might have forgotten.
I don't know. Lola seems mad smart for a kid. She's like,
Oh yeah.
she's like, no, Grandpa, idiot. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I'm already making a gun, and I'm like 8.
Well, that is an interesting little question there, isn't it?
I also apologize if I always make Lola sound sassy. Like I
No,
don't.
Lola
I don't
is
intend
sassy.
to. Yeah, I just love.
She's
I
just
love
having
the
a
idea of-
moment of vulnerability right now.
No,
Yeah.
I mean it's a interesting observation.
Young Lola gives off some like serious Matilda vibes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say that I
Lola, we finna have a powwow.
definitely was interesting observation, Kyle.
He
Very
didn't.
interesting
He
observation.
didn't think about it, did he?
No, okay. I did 150% think about it.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely intentional, I promise you.
Oh, crud.
Everything
Well, how am I
intentional.
supposed to recognize it when for the first 10 sessions I didn't know about it? So that's like, well, I don't know how to play that now. Like, do I recognize it now?
Ord has kept it pretty.
Like, all I remember
Ord
seeing
treats
is some
that
piece of
amulet.
cloth.
But she's
Um,
seen it. She's definitely seen it with you.
Have
Ord.
I? Because I feel like all I ever see is some piece of cloth.
Ord treats the necklace very, very dearly. If there have been times where Lola's entered his bedroom early in the morning, like with the group, Ord is oftentimes seen staring at it.
That's true.
He talked about it when he pulled it off around his neck the first time that everybody was grilling him. He's like, this is very important to me. This is a memory of what I have. And he was very, very particular about the way he handled it. I think I described it as like he handles it with almost like a reverence. So she probably has seen it, but no, she has seen it. But if she, I don't know if it would have been like she's seen it up close because this is something that he treats so incredibly dearly.
And to be fairly, we still are not super close yet. We haven't really had a whole lot of one-on-one time, so I don't know how closely I would be.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, this is always something that we can build up to, just like wait a minute, I've seen that. But the question remains is that if this necklace has been in the Harveys' possession, or if the Harveys know about it, then where the heck is Ord during all of this?
Telling you, bro. It's the content, bro.
Bro, you got my wheels turning.
Dude. I'm telling you, bro.
Kill Bill theme going on right now.
Yeah, so good, dude.
Damn,
that is
dude.
Lola's theme right there.
Yeah.
Ord finna just drop everything and stop being a paladin and just go full like, I am now a detective cleric because there's mysteries that need to be solved.
Oh my god.
Well, so to go Egyptian, theories. So here's the theory: the metal people, but a nice version, not the evil version of the metal people. But the first ones through the portal were nice metal people, Warforged, and they went to the jungle and built all these extravagant pyramids.
Oh man!
And that's why Leonidas said that metal and oil are of the jungle, but not this corrupted version, because it's kind of like how we always say the aliens built the Egyptians.
Yeah.
The Warforged were the original builders of the jungle temples that Yams lives in.
There it is.
Which is why they're all filled with gold and all these metals.
Yes. Yes.
I'm also not gonna lie. The minute that we found out that Nick Harvey was a Hollow Earth believer, I was like, "This man,
Nick
Hollow Earth, Nick Harvey."
Uh-huh.
Like at first, I was like really confused about like why the Harveys were treated as like sort of like loons, like for conspiracy theories. And then the minute that you were like, Nick Harvey believes that there was an Earth inside of the Earth, I was like, "Oh my God, he's a Hollow Earth conspiracy."
No. I got that bad boy from some actual real world conspiracy theories when in like the late 1800s when they were searching, when there was expeditions to try to get to the North Pole, that a lot of people died on these expeditions.
Oh yeah.
Like there were people who genuinely believed that there was just a large wall, like not wall, but like these mountains of ice built up, and then within those mountains there was a tropical sea at the poles of the Earth, and like obviously there isn't, but like that was a common belief, like at some point.
Yeah, that's Hollow Earth. That's 17th century.
I thought Hollow Earth was like that. There's an inside of the planet.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh yeah.
But you have to go to the poles to get to it. If you go,
Yeah.
if you watch King Kong, at least that's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
they used Hollow Earth for Godzilla versus Kong. And it
So
was just,
I
like,
have
such a
been
moment.
informed that adult Lola does not remember the moment in the office where I talked to my grandfather about the amulet.
Yeah, I gave her that information deciding that she could use it as she wills, but I did specifically, this is why I said it was all intentional. I did specifically say that Yamdo remembers this moment. And I specifically said that Sawyer remembers this moment of him crying in Esdric. And that,
Mm.
or do you remember this moment? I did not say that Lola
That's true.
remembers
You
that
never
moment.
said I remember this moment. So do I see it, or you're just telling us the story? Like
You
this
see
isn't
it. I
a
mean,
vision.
I'm
This is just you.
I mean, you guys see it when you're sleeping. I mean, everything I tell you guys theoretically, your
Dreams
characters
on
should know.
dreams, yeah.
Dreams
So
and
I've
dreams
dreamt
and
this
daydreams.
now.
Sure, yes. Yeah.
So as of the next session, I will have seen this vision.
Sure, yes. Yeah.
The chronograph be giving us dreams.
Dreams.
Also,
I like to-
I gotta one, Yamdo's father
Yo.
being like hard druid.
Boy.
Like you
Boy.
You jump off waterfall, and
I
now I,
just-
must catch you with my own vine.
With
Boy.
I imagine that
Boy.
Yamdo's father is just like gonna be like, you are the future of this fucking family.
And
You
you
gotta
are-
stop being such
You
an idiot. Like,
Stop. What is this?
stop jumping. What is this jumping?
My son, you're going to get the golden shoe.
Yo, you gonna get that golden shoe, bro.
You're gonna get the golden shoe, son.
Pulls his flip flop off, and it's like it's way more dangerous because it is just pure gold.
I mean-
with that again.
To be honest, why would they have sent him to go adventuring with me? There has
Yo.
to be a reason.
Yo.
You don't
Oh,
send
I
off
got
the
it.
future
I got it.
king
got it.
for no reason.
Y'all, my tinfoil hat right now is literally like through the fucking roof right now. Alright? Believe y'all me, when Law's up here and he's giving exposition, your boy's got red string.
Get it.
I'm
get
Pepe
it.
Sylvia.
Yo.
Pepe Sylvia.
Yeah, we're gonna Carol. We're gonna talk about Pepe Sylvia real quick. All right, one,
Dude,
we got-
hold on,
we got-
pause. Did you see the? I talked to someone the other day when I mentioned Pepe Sylvia, and they said something about how it's like it's because you know how Charlie's illiterate. So-
Yeah. Pepe Sylvia's Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so because Pennsylvania's on every single letter because they live in
And,
Philly, so he thinks all the letters are going to Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Sylvia. And I think like
Holy shit,
Carol
I had no
is
idea.
Carol is
So
supposed to
good.
be care of.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
He's so good, dude. If it's Pennsylvania, that is so fucking good because he's illiterate. Anyway, Kyle, continue. Sorry.
But we got to talk about the gate. We got to talk about the gate, guys. We're in talks now. We're in talks.
Yo.
We got to talk about the gate and the key, because
Yeah.
obviously Nick Harvey was looking for the gate and the key. He found the
Well,
gate.
we saw a vision of the gate,
We saw the gate. Yes, we don't know what the key is, but then
but he found it.
that's true. And
Do we
then
see a vision
Lola-
of the gate?
Yeah, we see.
Didn't we? Isn't that
yeah.
where the vault was, or whatever?
Well,
Or is that
all
not
right.
the
Let me
same
be
thing?
fair. That is my assumption. My assumption is that
Oh.
that the vault was the gate. But I also now am under the impression here that the gate is still kind of the vault, but also since Lola references the gate when she's like, "There's these metal men. My grandfather left this letter to me saying that these metal men were going to stop me and that they come from beyond, that they come from the gate, and." If there's a paradise inside of the gate and it's a dense jungle, I'm gonna put 1 and 3 together and assume that jungle might be where Yamdo's from. I'm just saying, Yamdo might be from inside the gate, and that might also be why he might be exploring with Lola Harvey. I'm just saying.
And Yamdo's made of fucking metal under that skin. Ordovic's gonna like try to tear his arm off that session.
He's a robo. He's a robo prince.
Yo.
Should I share the Dear Lola
I was-
letter with the team?
I mean, that's up for Roshin to decide.
Yeah, it is up for her, I guess, if she wants to share, like physically give it to
No,
you.
so I figure that when I'm reading it, I'm telling you guys about it. I probably would have just grabbed it and like handed it to them if they wanted to read it for themselves. So you
'Cause
can
that-
share it. That's fine.
I will share it.
'cause-
I will share to players.
There are some clues.
Because also, Lola finds the globe that has dates, coordinates, and then I didn't quite catch if you mentioned exactly where the gate was pointed at, but that it was in there, and then there was another pinpoint that says, like, the key, question mark.
Why don't you read it there, Law?
Nani?
Me read it, my dear Lola. I barely know what words to put on this paper. So much has transpired since I last saw you. My dear little Lola, I have adored you since the day you were born. You may be surprised to find that I was terrified the day that I began to see a bit of myself in you. For too long I saw my wanderlust and need to explore as a curse. What a pleasure it was to learn as I watched you grow just how wrong I was, and how truly blessed I am. Despite my need to seek the unknown, I can say that the very best moments of my life have been when I had the pleasure of entertaining you in my office or about the library. I know that, like me, you share the unquenchable desire to explore, and that is why I can hardly contain my excitement. For as I write this very letter, I stand on the precipice of my greatest discovery. Good gods, my hand is shaking. I had already found the gate, and now at last I have found the key.
Mm.
In front of me, the stone door that I've seen in my dreams. Inside, it calls to me. The call is stronger than ever before. You deserve to be a part of this. I'm sure that you, like others, have always wondered where my bits of machines and trinkets came from. It would seem that all of my most wild dreams are true, for I have laid eyes upon the great gate, and seen the wonders that must exist on the other side. But know that there are forces out there who would aim to stop you, as they have I. Beware the men whose skin and flesh is like the metal of sword and shield.
Mm.
They have come from beyond the gate, and have been pursuing me. You will find my journal in my desk. Read it. The information you find will be of some considerable value. And so, as I finish this bittersweet letter, I invite you to join me, and leave you another fantastic puzzle to solve. If you feel lost, then look at a map, and know that when you hold our world, the answer will be in your hands, Lola.
Damn it! That's so freaking good.
God.
Get it!
That's amazing.
Get it!
That's a movie,
Who
bro.
recognizes
Let's sell the
part-
rights.
Raise your hand if you recognize a part of that letter.
Yeah, no, duh, I recognize a part
Yeah,
of that
it's
letter.
from that
I
one
transcribed
vision.
the whole shit. It's from the first vision.
Yeah, the vision when he was in the
He's in
pit.
front of he's in front of the goddamn vault when we saw an old man with a strange device on his back writing.
And at that point in time, the vault no longer contains what?
Well, at that point,
The
yeah, the
chronograph.
vault no longer has the chronograph, and it's probably got the sarcophagus inside of it. Oh,
What?
Man.
Sarcophagus?
That's the Lich.
Yo, bro.
so
What
Ord.
did you do, Ord?
So Ord has been dreaming of the sarcophagus constantly. Every time he's gone to sleep in session, he always hears the sound of stone grinding upon stone and the like clanking of iron chains. And everybody saw a massive sarcophagus shaking and thrashing. And of course, the way that I wrote it down and thought about it was like, okay, well, with the way that the old priest and Falindor were talking about it, the vault can only ever contain one horror. They removed the chronograph and something else was put inside. I have no idea what was put inside or if it has a connection to it.
Yeah, but if
God.
the door goes to a vault, then how can it also be the gate? Unless that's,
Oh,
not
that's
the
the
gate.
question. That's the question.
I
mean, he might
assumed
have
that was the
opened. He
gate.
could have opened the wrong door. He
You mean instead of finding the gate, he found the vault?
Nick could have found the vault to Blackbrook, or the
So
vault
then
inside
what
of
did he
Blackbrook.
find inside? Because if he found the lich...
That's the question. Yeah, that's the question. Because we know that the
So
ruin
did
destroyed
did my
Blackbrook.
grandfather start this entire zombie thing?
Oh shit!
Oh,
No!
So much shit.
Hold on. The zombies have been around since before you were born, and you've seen your
Okay.
grandfather in your lifetime. So the only way that would be true if he let them out and then was like, "Oh shit, let's get out of here," and he skedaddled and was like, just didn't tell anyone about it, which that doesn't seem like
Yeah,
him, right?
that's
he
like-
didn't just like,
that's-
"Oh, that was me." Sorry, guys. Like,
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
My
Because now,
bad.
My bad.
now, like, let's assume.
Well, then what
here-
was he doing in front of there? If the chronograph was already gone and the lich is not behind there, then what was behind there?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know yet.
Or maybe the vault really is another dimension and they're using it as a vault to store bad things.
I mean, here's okay. Look,
Yeah.
y'all.
There it is. Get it
I'm putting
lost.
the hat
Oh
on.
my God.
Black
Put the head
hat
on.
Y'all, Blackbrook I don't know what Law's got planned. This is what I'm speculating here. Blackbrook does not fuck around. Okay, they know how to do time magic. Okay, they know how to literally break the rules of reality. There is no doubt in my mind that they have been doing other stuff. Like they have every single reason to. Historically, in this setting, they have every reason to be going full mad science, right? And the ruin happened because of them. Like,
So is the vault there then? Is that where my grandfather was? Blackbrook, the ruins of Blackbrook?
that's what I'm assuming. I mean, it's
So that's
ultimately up
where
to
we
Law to
gotta
confirm.
go.
That's why. I mean, that's why Ord was like, I need to go back up north. I need to find things. I need to understand things. Because he's been dreaming about this sarcophagus. Like, this is a thing that he does not ever not see when he goes to sleep. And
See,
now
I
he
was-
knows.
I was looking for my grandfather, but I didn't really have any clues. I was just kind of, I don't know, blindly searching where I thought he might be interested in going. So now I have a path here. So I'm going to be real motivated to start following that path.
But we also have to. So I don't know much about the Harvey lore here, but Nick already had some pretty advanced technology before he got to the gate.
Yes, he sure did.
So-
Where'd that come from?
Well, see, so that's the thing. Is the gate some sort of extraplanar Stargate, like we were joking about with Yamdo? Like, what if Yamdo's entire civilization is like space Aztecs and they have Stargates, and they're just like, "Hey, man, we got this cool portal. You want to go through it?"
Yeah.
Because we were talking about like, well, how does Lola end up on Eberron? And like we joked about that, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm just like, wait, what if Nick snatched some things from Eberron, and Eberron wasn't cool with that?
They
Like-
came after him.
Yeah, like what if Red won?
And I
And
took
you
that
know what?
personally.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I know it's gonna get locked in, courtesy of Yams. But what if the Metal Four are really just cops? Like, what if they are Eberron cops?
Oh, yo, there it is. The metal
Well,
They think
floor.
why
Red's
is
a thief.
why is
Nick,
Red one?
yeah, because Nick is effectively, in their eyes, like a thief. Like
I
he
can
might
tell
I
be
you
don't
the
guys-
four.
respect authority in this universe. You think I'm going to respect their authority?
I can tell you that you guys are super great. You guys, your conspiracy are so amazing. I'm not saying anyone's wrong. As a matter of fact, some of you are like super, really like right on
You
the
just tell me. I
verge.
know Ord's dead and 500 years old. I mean, you just tell me right now.
Some of you guys are right on the verge of some fantastic discoveries, but like I will tell you that it's kind of like, you know, anytime that imagine solving a puzzle where like you have two different parts of the puzzle. You have the left side of the puzzle and the right side of the puzzle. And you've got all the pieces you need to connect them together. Or like you have pieces to connect them together, but or maybe you form one connection, but it's just one long connection of puzzle pieces. Like you don't have the help of the puzzle pieces on the side
Yeah.
to determine like that's the point I'm saying it to get to the final answer of this campaign, this quest story, you guys actually have enough puzzle pieces to accomplish it, but it would be very difficult to pull off. That's the only tip I'm going to give you is that and if you really wanted to figure it out, like a challenge for Kyle more than anything, like you get all the information that you've got and compile it together, and if you're lucky you might be able to figure it out. But
Yeah, but then it's kind of no fun. Like I want to speculate, but I also don't want to get
Give
so
it out, yeah, yeah.
speculative that
Yeah.
all of a
well,
sudden
I
I,
suspect that if
I'm
anyone
like,
figures
oh
it out, they
no,
won't.
that best, yeah.
I don't think they'll ruin it for everyone. And
No.
as players, you know, we can't possibly be. Also, I hate to break it to you, but the answer to the riddles and the mysteries of this campaign don't come at the end of the campaign. So at some point in time, like the great mysteries will be solved, and like they lead to the final like objective.
Well, yeah.
So like at some point in time, all the great suspense and mysteries is gonna have to be replaced by just like straight in. Because like I'm not
But
gonna
that's
have
when we
like,
start fighting.
Yeah, that's when you start fighting. That's when you
That's when
start
the
taking.
combat starts.
Or more importantly, that's when you guys as a team are going to have to like use your resources to succeed. So it'll go from being like a mystery to like a puzzle kind of.
Well, it almost feels like that's kind of what would tie us all finally together because we're still kind of a band of four misfits to some extent, and all of this different backgrounds, all of those threads coming together at some point, I think is going to be that final bond that really makes us a team.
Yeah.
team.
And despite the fact that we talk about it in tribute talks, I think your characters know that. Like your characters know that somehow they're connected, one way or by accident or for whatever reason.
More so now than ever.
Yeah,
Like,
and
since we've been
I
having
actually
these shared visions, absolutely.
Well, that's kind of where I was going with Lola earlier. I mean, obviously she was distraught, so she was blaming Sawyer, which she really shouldn't have. But there's clearly
Love
a
it.
connection between what happened and those men and the thing on Sawyer's arm. She's not wrong about that. This technology has got to be somehow connected, and so blaming Sawyer for it was just an easy thing to do since it's on his arm.
Well, I actually kind of feel like the sense of not being a team and being four different people. I kind of get this gut feeling that will come to an end next session, and not because of anything that I'm doing. I just feel like that tension and that group diversity will come to like more of a unified form. And for some reason, it just like in my gut, it just feels like the estate is going to be like when you get there, and Sawyer might have this moment, be like, "What the fuck is all this shit? Like how are you this rich and you didn't tell it? Like what are you people hiding? Like, I'm not sure everyone's going to give up everything, but like,
I think we all need to have one big showdown, and then I think when we all get it out, then we can kind of move on.
yeah, it's going to be a next session, maybe an interesting one on Monday.
Monday,
It looks like
Monday.
I think
Monday,
Ord
Monday,
and
Monday.
Sawyer may have a little bit of a come to Jesus moment.
Well, there's a lot of
themselves.
come to Jesus with Ord. Like you mentioned Lola. Like I think that, and I also think that like Lola's relationships with the other characters is always fantastic, and we come built in with this great Yamdo relationship. But the relationship with Sawyer is amazing, and it started amazing, and then it dipped down into this like negative sort of like where she doesn't trust them, and she barely trusts anyone, but she has no choice. Like these people that she feels like she shouldn't trust them, but she does kind of trust them, and it's like. And like you mentioned earlier, you don't have much of this experience with Ord, but like what a great moment today when she comes out of the building and she's terrified is what she's seen, and who's there is the only person that she, where is she going to go other than with these people, her friends? And there's Ord, who is the
He
most
was there.
comforting and the
Yes.
largest and protecting of all of them. Like I love that moment. So
Well, and
And
that's
it's-
the thing. She sees him kind of as a father figure, which is comforting and wonderful. But at the same time, she's young, and young people who are
Right.
trying to strike out
course.
on their own are rebellious. And so
yeah,
there's
but she learns
almost
from that, I
yeah.
think.
Yep.
And I like it too because the day before, if you recall, she was confronting him in the carriage about where he's from and who he is.
Like, who
So,
are
like,
you?
Despite so like this is a moment where like you realize it might be like where she was like, why was I such a dick to this guy? He's all I've got at this point. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
despite the fact that he's a big mystery, he's my big mystery.
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
but
he's
I
like my
just
boy.
got a major scare again. If y'all
Yeah.
remember, the cave was a big thing for me, and I
Yeah.
kind of learned that maybe I have some mortality, and now I feel like going through what I went through kind of again makes me feel vulnerable in the sense of I need these people, that I don't trust. I need to maybe start relying on them a little bit more.
Yeah,
That's all
like
you got. Sometimes.
poor Lola's been through it. I mean, like literally, like the cave. She had a near-death experience in the cave. She gets out. There's suddenly ghosts, and her life is now suddenly cast into this totally different path. Where she's like, I'm just trying to go north to find my granddad, and now I've got to deal with ghosts. There's this big weirdo knight. There's this guy who keeps trying to like steal stuff, and he has this giant glowy rock on his arm. And shout out to my homie Yamdo.
Yo.
Well, by Lola. Then they get to Prince, and now she's got Robo Hitmen coming after her. And
Yo,
she's like-
Robo
she's like-
Hitman.
She's like, literally, what did I do? Like, my grandfather figure just got shot. I talked to him 5 minutes ago, and this man got.
He got
All right, we got to wrap this up because it's getting late. So I'm gonna mention two other things. One thing is chronograph, cool moment, chronograph
Hell
freezing
yeah.
time, and the voice like said this is an error. Like this is like I want to imply that like Sawyer's got many futures, and if he's diverging from like the one he was supposed to have, or like the one of these ones that are available, then the chronograph is gonna like it just freezes for a second, right? And like literally, and I wanted to emphasize the 18 seconds that Sawyer is alive. So like my point is like that the voice told you this ain't gonna be the last time this error is gonna happen to you. So you better be prepared for 18 seconds of hell if like you get stuck in this position again. And guess what? It ain't gonna happen when you all are fucking standing around and ready for it. Okay, that shit's gonna come when you least expect it. And the second thing is, here's what I want you guys to do this time for homework. Okay, serious homework.
You
This is
and
an
your
easy homework.
fucking
Easy homework. Easy homework. We're gonna create staff for the Harvey estate. Okay.
Yeah.
Think of an NPC. If we've already got like a cook and you want to make a cook, I'll just let you know. Think of an NPC, make it as dumb, or not as dumb, but make it as, you know, if you want to create an old man with a limp who has like a terrible past as like a hitman or something, you know, and like he's nervous about it, like do that, you know, or something. Just let me know because I need to populate this estate because I also, and these are not going to be backstabbing the bad characters. These are going to be good, loyal characters because we need more people on. Like this is the staff that's held up the estate and the library for as long as they have, right? Dalbus could have been considered one of them. So do that for me. Thank you very much. Please do it.
There
Anyway.
it is. Well,
Yo,
What else we got?
Edge.
So while I was going to
Uh,
bed, and we're all gonna keep speculating, right?
yeah.
I am not actually going to bed right away because my wife is on the way home from the hospital. Thank God. So
good.
yes. But if you got conspiracy theories, you want to chit chat, message me on Discord, dude. I'm not going to be on my computer, but hit me up, dude. Hit me up. I want to hear it.
There it
I
is.
want to hear it. You know I do.
Did they see young Sawyer in that vision, or was
Yeah,
it?
they saw Young. Did we see him? The young Sawyer
Yeah,
we
we
saw
saw you
through the.
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw
we
it.
saw you crying.
We saw young
Should I-
baby Sawyer.
Should I post it?
Post what?
The art.
That was not the moment that I was thinking of, but it could be if you want to retcon it, we could do that.
Hell yeah.
This man got
Because I
artwork?
did like that art.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Save that.
We
Save
can. I mean,
that.
we can always do it twice.
Save it.
Go back to that moment. But okay, we'll
Save it. Don't worry.
Save
Don't
it.
worry. I know. I told you.
All
Like
good.
I told you, Rascal's the one I feel most guilty about because Rascal's always the one supplying great character content and stuff. But like, it's just not the right moment. And Rascal, I told you, Rascal's the best one because he'd be like, "Hey, there could be assassins in this town looking for me if you want." You know, it's like that's my favorite Rascal like thing. Is that's the way I feel about him. So Rascal, your moments are coming. Don't worry. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Anyway, you've had good
fine.
ones.
I
You've had
love
good
this. Yeah.
All right. I gotta go.
There it is.
Alrighty.
Well,
Wrap it up, Ems.
ladies
I mean,
and
we're
gentlemen,
talking.
it has been an honor and a pleasure. We done did it, ladies and gentlemen. This episode, Children, was brought to you by the one, the only, the great, the powerful Imagination, ladies and gentlemen, where the price is free and all it takes is a little thought and some time. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the killers that fucking killed it. My name has been Yams. Give it up for my main man, Rascal. Give it up
Sorry, I'm drawing.
for my dear sister, the one, the only, Roisin.
Hello.
Give it up for my main man, the one, the only, Kai.
Farewell, friends.
And give it up for the man that brings you the content each and every single week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back at it again, not with the white vans, but of course on a Monday. Give it up for the man, the one, the only, the cutscene maker.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for all the effort. It's amazing.
And that has
Well,
been...
I'm thrilled that you guys are enjoying it. I really am. So
That-
we got a great thing going. I say it over and over again. You guys are great. So
There it is.
I appreciate that you appreciate it. So
There it is,
don't
bro.
forget, let's make some NPCs. Give me some feedback if you want, and I will see you guys on Monday.
Boom, bam,
Ta-ta.
bum.
Buenas
Boom.
noches.
Buenas noches, some would say. Wah, 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 wah.